Hope you guys are enjoying Movies for Babies month, but we can't even sustain a premise for a whole month. We forgot to talk about a movie in this week's episode of...
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
Wait.
Dick off.
You didn't even get it. It just says dick off.
Yeah, I'm actually happier with that.
Yeah, now it sounds like we're doing like the Apollo 69 instead of a lift off. Like, dick off.
I was thinking Dick Off. It's a remake of Face Off, but it's their dicks.
Well, you say dick
So
off to me, and it's just like a bunch of people comparing dicks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So,
it's...
Bam, and the dick is
So
gone.
we'll just tell your mother we ate it all dick off. Unfortunately, the woman is going to win.
Yeah.
It's about time, you know?
Yeah.
It's like...
It's 2020.
Yeah,
They've been losing those dick measuring
can't-
contests for too long.
You can't say, we'll just tell your mother we ate it all isn't the most feminist podcast that exists out of all billion of them, because we're the only one comfortable enough to let the woman... Not let, even. We're not letting, because
No.
that would imply that we're...
Her dick is objectively bigger.
Yeah, exactly. And
Even
we're,
after hormone shrinkage, too.
and we're fine with it.
Well, like I'm like a supporter of trans women in women's sports, but like I think if we were to do a trans women, like if you were to do a dick measuring contest in the female division, you would have a unfair advantage.
So,
I think that's not fair on all those cis women to put you in their dick measuring contest.
Like
One thing I-
Rose lobbying the ICC.
Please.
When you can put dick measuring in the women's, and they're like, it's not even a guy's event.
One thing that's just popped into my head thinking about that is like, I wonder who has the biggest dingaling, or at least had the biggest dingaling of like all the trans comics in Australia.
Let's wildly
'Cause there's-
speculate.
Because there's so few of...
Yeah.
Like, I'd still be in with a good shout.
I wonder if that's a Guinness World Record.
Biggest
What,
trans
trans-
dong.
Biggest trans dong, yeah.
I feel like it's not one that they'd log.
Why not, though? Because, like, there's, like... Because then you could argue that that's
Yeah,
transphobia.
they gotta-
and then you got him over a fucking
You
barrel.
gotta log that log.
Yeah. Because, like, somewhere, like, in the far-flung future, when, like, you can just swap gender at will. We've been into this scenario, but, like,
We have.
somewhere in, like, a Martian outpost or something, there'll be, like, a circus claiming that they have, like, the first trans dick in, like, a pickled jar, you know?
Yeah.
Like how people claim that they've got like one of Hitler's testicles.
Yeah,
or
or like the pig fetus thing. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
that's always at like sideshow
Or
attractions.
you know how like when you learn about history, like they'll be like, you know, they didn't know about painkillers, so they just get them drunk and cut them off.
Yeah.
Like they'll be like, man, back in the day, trans like bottom surgery was so barbaric. This dick doesn't even, you know, it's not even 9 inches.
Except, brother, by that,
This bog standard is like 11.
Yeah, this pussy isn't a perfect recreation of Pamela Anderson's pussy circa Tommy Lee sex tape.
Do you know what I heard though?
this is the
It's like-
same pussy from barbed wire.
I like in all the downtime during this like Corona shit. Like I have probably unhealthily just been like doing a lot of like research into like surgeries and where to go, who to see, blah 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 blah, and all that shit. And
I've been doing the same thing, but instead of researching a life-changing surgery, it's playing video games.
Yeah,
But
it's similar.
It's very similar, but like it's not healthy because like I'm so far from ever being able to pay for any of it. But like apparently you actually are in better stead to get a better fucking vagina if you've got a bigger dick.
Yeah, it's more to work with.
There's more to
Yeah.
work with. Yeah, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense to me.
So I was
Oh,
like,
man, imagine being like
Cha-ching,
the
baby.
first trans M to F with a micro dick, and they're like, we can't even fucking do it. And then
They apparently
you're like,
that-
so what do I do? And they're just like, well, you just
They're
have
like,
to.
I guess you got to build lips around your dick
They
and
just-
call it a clit.
They just, like,
Well, I
just
kind
tell
of-
people it's a pussy. They don't get no.
I did a bit of research into that because I thought that when I was looking at it
Yeah.
was like apparently that it means that they have to graft skin from like other places, like they
Oh, damn.
use your like scrotal skin and stuff
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
or like
But that
graft
goes
stuff,
anyway, right?
Yeah, but they can graft stuff over your butt. But it would also just mean that you had just like the shallowest pussy.
Yeah.
So you'd have like instead of a micro dick, you'd have
Yeah.
a micro cunt.
I don't
And also, like, you know, because you'd be proud of your new pussy, but, like, if they took, like, a skin graft off, like, your shoulder or something, like, you're a new woman, like say goodbye to like feeling comfortable about like your beach bod.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
in a bikini and you've got this
Yeah.
huge thing and people are like,
And
what
it's
the
like,
fuck is
pussy
that? You're-
pussy was here.
Yeah, but you have to be like, well, you should fucking look at my pussy, dude. Like fucking, I'll pull it down right now. It's designer shit. This is Gucci.
I'm still.
They're just like, no, your fucking shoulders.
I
look
reckon that's why they
tragic.
do it off your butt
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
or
but
like
then,
upper
like-
thigh.
But then, like, where would you, like, if you wanted to show off your beach bod, like, where's the best place to get a skin graft off of? Like, it's like,
it'd be
because, like, your
like-
butt, you'd probably try and wear, like, a G-string bikini thing.
Depends.
I mean,
it
I
depends on the
absolutely
individual.
will be doing that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, good news. You have plenty to work with.
Yeah, I don't have to get the butt.
So
graft,
what,
you know?
like, maybe your arm? Like, your inside arm?
I reckon, like,
Because
get
then
it,
you could be like, yeah, tattoo removal.
or
But also look at my pussy.
But what I was just thinking
Well,
is
you
like
get-
get it on the inside arm or something, and then get a tattoo
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah, you can tattoo
yeah,
over
but
skin
maybe that
grafts.
skin... Oh, really? You
Yeah,
can?
for sure. You can tattoo over burns and scars and all that shit. People
That's
do it
what
all the
like
time.
James Hetfield has. He's got like a big tattoo, like commemorating when he like his arm went up in flames.
Yeah,
like,
people do. Like I've seen people like get psoriasis cover-ups and like use the psoriasis and the tattoo. People like covering up scars is really common.
Yeah.
I know that from my dating life.
Unfortunately, those don't cover up the scars because those scars aren't visual.
No, yeah, I'll need a thigh piece for that.
Do you have self-harm scars on your thigh?
No, I have a very small one that it's kind of faded pretty
This
good.
is my
I was
thigh
kind of
piece.
I was kind of a pussy during my self-harm phase, so don't worry about it.
I'm too much.
I could show, I'll show you. I'll show you now. I can pull it up.
Show us your dick.
Yeah, right.
don't do that. We've already had to look at his
my other
balls on the
self-harm
podcast.
scar. No, I've got one like little mark you can kind of see. Hold on.
This feels like we.
Oh, it's
like,
fine. It was a
the li-
decade ago.
The listeners can't see. So
Yeah, there you go. See that
Okay,
little
yeah,
mark
yeah.
there? That was
Hey.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was this
That's
from a
relatively
decade
long.
ago, or was this you watched House like last week and you're like, I want to be like my hero?
I need chronic leg pain.
What was his name? Jimmy Quinn.
Hastings just smoking and Darry talking a British accent, being like, you know what the difference is between me and you, Yvette?
If they're walking, they're like, why are you wearing eyeliner?
No, she'd like that.
Really?
Yeah, I
Are you a
reckon.
fan of the guyliner?
Yeah, every time I do something that makes me less emo, she threatens to leave. So,
Right.
yeah.
I
I'm
was-
sorry, I was just back on shallow pussies
I
for a
reckon
second.
with the hair that you've got now, like if you wore like the short sleeved black shirt with the red tie and
Yeah.
with some guy liner, like
Yeah.
a bit of Billy Joe Armstrong,
Absolutely.
I reckon she'd be right into that.
That's big Jimmy Quid energy. I was just thinking about when you said shallow pussy before, because like as soon as you said it, I just not like no hesitation in my mind, just straight. I was just like, I'm in the deep end. Watch as I dive in. Yeah, but it's about a pussy.
Paul Kelly, deeper pussy, deeper pussy.
In the shallows. Yeah, that's great shit. I was thinking also today, speaking about, activism and changing the
pussies.
world, obviously there's a lot happening in the world right now in Atlanta and what's the other?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. I was thinking about Minnesota. No, that doesn't sound right. There's no black people there. Yeah, Minnesota. all that
Minnesota
shit.
is in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
I
just-
thought Minnesota was.
We just spent the last 2 fucking episodes doing Mighty Ducks movies, where a whole
Yeah.
which
I
is set in Minneapolis,
I
Minnesota.
didn't get Bale the geography quiz. I thought there were like no black. Well, it doesn't matter. They clearly are.
There
Oh,
are actually
like, there
black
wouldn't-
people everywhere.
Yeah,
in
there wouldn't be
America.
heaps.
Oh, it's like, isn't it like 15% of the population? Anyway, that's not the point. The point I wanted to make was I've been thinking today about like how, like I don't think this, but how funny would it be if I was
He's
like,
attempting the tightrope war.
what if I was like came out as like, yeah, guys, Black Lives Matter, but I meant like emos. Like I was like I'm trying to get in on the Black Parade Lives Matter.
Black Parade.
Oh,
I'm
God.
almost certain if you Google Black Parade Lives Matter, you'd find something.
All right, well, good thing I didn't tweet it on the walk over here.
Here's something.
Did you actually?
I nearly tweeted it, but I didn't. It saved
yeah,
my
I'd
drafts.
probably leave it for a while.
I couldn't do it because I was gonna do like I was trying to work it out, but then I was gonna be like, that's the joke, and then be like, no, but for real, fuck the police. And then I was like, I don't want to be that guy.
It's too close to it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, well,
too much.
I didn't tweet it, so I just got away with saying it on pod, but I backed away from it enough that I get to say the joke guilt free.
Because by,
Wouldn't this be like a bad idea?
by the time this
Jamie,
comes,
that's my main trick.
by the time this comes out 5 days from now,
Yeah.
it'll be like removed enough.
Yeah.
Here's something that I was.
Also, just fully on record, fuck the police.
Yeah. We're proud ACAB pod.
Yeah, absolutely.
but
Not Jamie, he's a cop.
I was leafing
Call
through
me officer.
some Stereo Gum articles the other day, and I came across My Chemical Romance top 10 songs counting down.
Yeah.
Um,
Black Parade would have been number one.
it was. And
Yeah.
what are your
I
thoughts
could
on
see
this?
Hastings disagreeing with a lot of these choices.
For sure.
Should I get it up?
Man,
Yeah.
please.
Please.
Okay. Talk amongst yourselves while I'm Googling.
I was thinking today
Yeah.
about like this
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of matches in with like emo subculture because like do you reckon? I mean, you lived it. I lived it, but I didn't go full like you. And like I think part of that was because I was like, oh yeah, like this will be done at some point, and it will be ridiculous.
Yes.
Which is true.
So like, I was thinking like, do you know someone that like? I mean, this might be too close to home, but like, do you know someone where you're like, oh man, this is dumb for you now, and like you should know it already?
Like with emo stuff.
No, like
Yeah,
in
his name's
general.
Andrew Hastings.
Because I was thinking with this fuckwit that like used to be friends with my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like he was in that group.
Yeah, give me an example of what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Number-
okay. So he was in that group. Like everything I'm gonna say is like, oh yeah, of course, this guy should should know that like all his life choices are leading to a place where like in 10 years he's like, what a dickhead.
Yeah.
Like so he was like he was this Russian guy that like hung out with like my ex-girlfriend's friends
a
because
Russian emo.
No, he was an emo.
Oh,
he,
right.
he desperately wanted to fuck this other Russian girl. And
Right.
he was like a club promoter kid.
Yeah.
So he
Oh,
was
yeah.
like
Absolutely.
big into that shit.
Yeah.
See, that I was going to say Russian emo doesn't track, but that tracks.
Yeah.
So like is like this would be like early fucking doors days of Facebook. So he had like along like his Facebook, MySpace, and whatever you use like the MSN Messenger
Yeah.
stuff. He had his own catchphrase that he'd made,
Oh.
which is like I
like this.
fuck. Let me. This might be paraphrasing it, but it's basically it. It's like sleep is overrated.
Yeah.
Parties. Fuck. It's like sleep is overrated. Parties should go on forever, and weekends should be every day of the week or something.
Absolutely, dude.
And it's just like, okay, you're a fucking loser. And so like his banner picture for all his stuff was like Barney Stinson in a suit,
Yeah.
and it just said,
Oh, that's
wait.
Yeah.
Can you guess what it said?
Suit up.
No, but you're close.
No, it's like
Legend, wait for it,
legend,
Jerry.
wait for it, or something.
No,
right?
no, it's more. It's like a full quote. But
Oh
like,
man, full Barney.
But like, but Rose is probably closest to like the vibe of this guy
Alright,
who would
alright.
like he'd be a guy who like at 23 thought it was fucking rad to go to the Ivy in like a suit and
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like, hey, 18-year-olds, isn't this cool?
Yeah.
The quote was whenever I'm sad, I decide to stop being sad and
And
be awesome instead.
Yeah.
yeah,
Dear, dear.
that's hilarious.
And you're just like, this is yeah, and just like watching him because like he used to like come, like he used to like be at parties. Like I like barely knew him. Like I got introduced to him a couple times and mostly just avoided him because I was like, oh yeah, not my kind of person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like he'd come to parties and it'd always be around, and it was very big, like North Shore,
Yeah. Yeah.
like covered in fluoro because you're always going to the
Yeah.
Ivy,
Yeah.
and Cargo, and
Yeah.
like you're spending. Do you remember Cabana Bar in St. Leonard's?
I do.
Yeah.
I never went there, but I
never went to St.
I
Leonard's.
knew a bunch of people that went.
Yeah, it was like a place where like North Shore douchebags, especially like a lot of rugby
I went
league
to-
old
I
boys
went-
went because it was like a members
Kind of like
Yeah.
like kind of like an RSL, but
Teenwood.
classy.
yes. I was like Green something. What's it fucking called?
Greenwood.
It was
Teenwood.
kind of like Greenwood.
More for like rich kid North Shore, like older. than
Yeah, if you're
teenagers.
getting up in
Okay.
like St.
Teen-
Leonard's.
So
Greenwood
ex
was like-
ex Greenwoods.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people who graduated past Greenwood.
okay.
Yeah.
Probably people who would go to
It's
Ryan's.
adultwood.
People who yeah,
After Teenwood.
people who would go to Ryan's bar after work and say it's the sickest bar in the city.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I know people like that, but in different categories?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hard style people I grew up with.
Yeah, well, that's all you
Like
need to
people
say.
who got stereo and shit.
Like more like people with like DEFCON tattoos and shit
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. Yeah. I was very into MDMA. Like you gotta understand.
They've got like they got an RIP tattoo for like all the people that OD'd at like DEF CON that year,
Yeah.
even though they didn't know any of them.
Absolutely.
That sleep is overrated thing reminded me of like there was this club in Miranda in the Shire where like the Westfield was or whatever. It was called Carmen's, and that was like one of the like the Shire clubs that you went to, and it just always made me laugh so much. It's like I think it was like I don't know if it was their MySpace page or their Facebook page or something like that, but there was like a photo on there from this dude who was like like a club king or whatever.
Yeah.
And just the caption was like the best thing in the world. It's like, I've been to Ibiza, I've been to Paris, I've been to Milan, and I still think Carmen's is the best club in the world.
Fuck. But that's like
sick. That's
yeah,
so
see,
tight.
like that's like
I've like heard about carbons. That rules.
I mean,
so
like,
good.
I would laugh if, like, right now you were like, "I've got something to show you," and you had it like tattooed in. I'd be like, "That's fucking funny."
Well,
like, that's a bit.
The twist is the club kid was me.
Did you like? Did it? Was Carmen's like a place that let in like underage people?
Like you probably could get in, but like they could be pretty strict sometimes because like I would like because I slur my speech at the best of times, like when
Yeah,
I'm
same.
sober. So I would like turn up after having done a shift in the bottle shop and like haven't had anything to drink at all, and
Yeah.
the bouncers
Except
would
for
be like,
sampling the produce. Doesn't count out in business hours.
"Oh no, someone broke this bottle of wine."
Yeah.
I guess I'll chalk that up to allergies. Glug 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 glug.
Yeah.
But, no, but I would turn up and they'd be like, "How much you had to drink tonight, mate?" I'd be like, literally nothing. I would
Yeah.
have served alcohol.
I know
to-
you. You'd fire up at that question though, which is your first mistake.
But
Just
I
go,
would-
oh,
You talking
nothing.
about
But the
bitch.
answer is nothing. I came from work. No, what the fuck are you?
No, I'd say nothing, but
Yeah.
like I got properly challenged one time, and he's like, "Don't lie to me," and I'm like, "I'm not lying to you. Like, I literally just was working in a bottle shop. I probably served people who are in there. I'm like, give me a breathalyzer.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
learned this thing. I have two things I want to say, but now you just remember. Like one time, like this fucking guy at the ranch, which
Yeah.
was a pub like near my uni.
I've heard of that.
was like drunk as shit, and he was like, "A key to getting in anywhere, brother."
You went to
Like,
Macquarie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my dad.
He had his arms around two babes, so probably was. And he's like, my
And one of them was your
pussy
current
son, my pussy son wants me to come home.
He said he had a nightmare.
He said he had a nightmare that his favorite band, Fallout Boy,
Yeah.
broke up.
Yeah. Jamie's in his 20s in this story, so I'm in my late teens, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Daddy.
Yeah, you're
But
like
also
you're
be
like that
believable,
now.
Like now, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this guy came and he's like, "Brother, I'll tell you how I get in a pub anytime you want to get into a pub." Someone, you go to the bouncer, right? He asks you how much you had to drink. You say 2. And you pull out your car keys. You jingle him in front of him and go, "I'm driving, mate." They do that. They let you in. Right. And they give you free Coke. It's like,
Like Coca-Cola or
Coca-Cola. So he
Yeah.
was like, so they give you free Coke, and like I can't continue doing the voice.
Yeah.
I probably could, but it's like, he's like, they give you free.
He's got like a fucking
Yeah, he's like, they give you free
flask
Coke.
of bourbon.
Got a
Yeah,
little-
well, the free Coke's good if you have the fly. I used to do that
Yeah.
when I was
You go-
18.
So many people.
You got
do
a little
that,
Bundy. You drink,
Bundy.
you drink for free or not. And it's like, and like fair play to him. I did try it once, and it worked.
It could work on
Like,
a dumb bouncer.
I'd
I
had
think.
like 6 beers, and the guy was like, "How much you had to drink tonight?" And I was like, "Oh, nothing. I'm just here to pick up my mates." Showed him my car keys, and he was like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah, I think that would work at like a pub,
It would-
or like even like a crowded party pub. It would not work.
It would not work at the townie, especially when I turn up at 2 a.m.
Dude, that
gurning like
cunt-
a water buffalo.
Fucking cunt at the townie hates me.
Oh man, like I've been not let into the townie a lot of times.
He's so weird.
I used to have like a lot of when I was single. I used to like have a lot of Tinder dates. Be like, "Hey, like, do you want to meet up? Like, we're both done drinking. Meet at the townie." And I'd be like, "I'll see you outside." and like every time, like they'd get there and they'd like be like all dressed up and like sometimes with their friends, and I'd just be like having a cigarette, swaying outside, and they'd be like, "Well, yeah," and I was like, "It's already done." And then they'd be like, "Well, what if we come with you?" And I was like, "Go for it." But like immediately be like, "Not again, mate." And you just be like, "Can we just go home and do sex?" No, like absolutely not.
Oh man, this is actually a good way to bring it up. I figured out what I want to do for my 30th. I finally got it.
Do
Okay.
sex.
Yeah, man, one of these days. Oh wait, we
with my wife. Finally.
yeah.
That would be the biggest How I Met Your Mother reveal at all. If like at the end of this we were like, "Guys, we're all moving on to comedy careers." I'm Andrew Hastings. I've never actually had sex.
Well, that was the original thing.
Yeah.
Was
Every
for, like,
story can be logically disproved.
But the original thing was for 3 years you claimed that you hadn't had sex for that amount of time, and you'd been having sex like probably like hadn't had a
Yeah.
break longer than 3 weeks in that whole time.
From memory, as far as you were aware, the first time I got
Was in
laid, and the
Adelaide.
time that I knew you was on that Adelaide trip,
Yeah.
which was far from the truth.
Yeah, as it would all.
I'm something
turn
of
out.
a master manipulator.
Yeah. No, it was a very complicated
So what do you want to do
situation.
for your 30th?
Yeah.
I'll write an hour about it one day.
You absolutely should.
For my 30th, and you guys are invited, obviously, so I'm telling you.
Oh, gee, thank you.
Thank God.
Listener, honestly, hit me up. You're invited too.
Finally, this party sounds fun.
I wanna get.
I'll only go if Jamie goes.
I'll only go for Rose.
I wanna get in. That's very funny. I wanna, and you guys have to come because it's my birthday. That's the main thing.
Only if
I'll
Rose-
just go if
only
Jamie
if Rose
goes.
goes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get an Airbnb in Manly.
Oh, no.
We're all gonna get the ferry across. We're
blackface?
gonna go see a Manly game at Brookie. We might have to wait till next year, depending on COVID stuff. See a Manly game at Brookie, then just night on the Corso, baby.
God,
Do a bar crawl through the Corso. Take you all on a tour.
this sounds awful.
It's gonna be so sick.
Do you want me to read through this list?
I'm kind of keen.
I
Man,
got
I
it
think
up.
it'll be great. The Manly game. My dad will come to the Manly game.
I want to talk about this club for a second. Oh, no, yeah, do the list. I'll talk about the club afterwards. We got
Okay.
heaps of time. These episodes are all now like 4 hours long.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so number 10. Many of these I do not know because I think some of them are from the first album. I don't
Good.
know what's what.
Correct.
It's like
Continue.
werewolf lipstick and stuff like that.
So number 10 is a real like emo fucking thing
Yeah.
because of the album name and the song title. So the album is called I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love.
Oh, such a good
Which
album.
is
It's such a good
just
album.
awful title.
Yeah.
But it's
Rose, can I...
Can I make it? Can I get? I'm interested to see if my favorite song in the world will be on this list.
Yeah.
I have a number one
Okay.
all-time favorite song, and
Okay.
I'll tell you if it comes up.
Well, this first one is called Honey, This Mirror Isn't
such
Big
a good
Enough for
song.
the Two of Us.
Such a good song. It's
And
about
apparently,
cocaine.
it says here, the first little paragraph, this song is about sucking dick for cocaine.
I don't know if that's true, but I've heard that before. It's definitely about like the mirror thing's an allusion to cocaine. He was doing coke at the time.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's a great song. It's one of their heavier ones. It's good.
Okay,
it's, like
so-
it's a very punky, like fast
Yeah,
one.
number 9, 2004's 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. We've got
Favorite album.
It's not a fashion statement, it's a death wish. A song I vaguely recall when I
Such
had
a good
that
song.
record.
Yeah.
We've got number 8 from the first. Was that the first record? The shitty title Bullets
Yeah,
thing?
they only got 4 albums.
Okay.
What about this? Do you think this is a real My Chemical Romance title or a fake one?
That's a good game.
Yeah,
that's a good
it's
game.
like I keep my lipstick on the dresser and my 9 in my pocket.
That
Yeah.
sounds real.
It's fake. I just made it up.
I
Alright.
mean, like, your reaction should have been what
I
gave
was,
me the answer.
I was pretty stony faced.
You said yep.
Yeah.
But
As
number,
in yep, as in continue.
number 8 is called Head First for Halos.
See, I have a controversial take. My Chemical Romance have said that that's their like favorite song off the first album. They talk about it being like the song that defined the rest of their sound or whatever. I think it's fine.
What about this one, Rose? Ashtray Romantics. Real or fake?
Nah, fake.
Yeah, you got me.
that was like 2 on the nose, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna originally say Ashtray Romance, but I thought you'd be like, you can't fucking say romance in the with the band's called Romance and it's got
Well,
romance.
No,
Ro-
but like that
I
could
don't-
happen, I reckon.
Their first track on their first album is called Romance. Move on.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an instrumental. Yeah.
I would have been more. Like, I probably still would have said no because I've cottoned onto your little wily tricks here.
Well, I was thinking of just
but
like
I would have been more inclined to say yes about romance than romantics.
I was just like thinking of like if you could be like an Australian version of well, basically an Australian screamo band and incorporate like Melbourne Bitter ? Melbourne Spite.
Oh, I like that. We're gonna have to make a band. Okay, number 7 from the Black Parade is I Don't Love You.
It doesn't belong in a top 10. It's a great ballad.
I really like that song. I don't know about top 10, but it's a great song.
Yeah, it's a great song, but I
Yeah.
was saying it doesn't belong in the top 10. We're saying the exact same point, but sounding like we're at each other's throats.
Yeah, I just love that song.
Fuck you! I love it!
I just haven't listened to My Chemical Romance for 2 months. I haven't listened to them since they got cancelled.
Number 6, also from the Black
When did they
Parade,
get
we've got
Like the
Mama.
show. Mama, easily top 10. That's an incredible song.
Mama's a great song.
That would be like top 5 for me.
Okay, this one I heard the other day and didn't enjoy. It was also from the Black Parade. Number 5, Famous Last Words.
Famous Last Words is a bang.
Such a good song.
Now this one, I know,
But probably doesn't belong on the top 10.
I think it does.
this one,
Listener, you should listen to all these songs.
this one I think might get a reaction because I think it's a banger. It's from the Black Parade. Number 4, Teenagers.
Ugh.
Yeah, Teenagers is a banger.
I don't. That's one of my big MCI. I don't like that song.
Teenagers slaps. It's a good
Teenagers,
pop song.
I don't like the
Teenagers
riff.
slaps, but I might not put it on the top 10. But
The riff's too stop-start for my taste.
I agree that it is a banger.
All right, there's 3 left. What do you think they are?
Welcome to the Back Parade.
Helena, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
At what positions?
Black Parade 1, I'm not okay 2, Helena 3.
I swap Helena and I'm not okay around.
Jamie's correct.
They didn't have my favourite song. I was trying to think of a
Thank
funny
you for
fake
the-
name. Demolition Lovers is my favourite MCR song.
So fake fan? You calling fake fan?
I like Thank You for the Venom is great.
Thank you, Venom would be like top 5.
Is that on 3?
It's 3
Three
Cheers.
Cheers.
Because I had
Also,
that-
Disenchanted's my favorite
I had
song.
that album.
That's a vet's favourite one.
Yeah.
Favourite MCR
It's
one.
underrated, I reckon.
You want to hear some? I'm going to drop some Hastings Rex on MCR just real quick, just for the listener. I think you should listen to Demolition Lovers. Let me think about this. Demolition Lovers. Bullet to the Tear Duct, and I Never Told You What I Do for a Living. One of those was fake. Which one?
I know, I've got to guess.
Well, Demolition Lovers is real. I've heard that one.
So one of the other two. See how I did it? See how I did it, James?
Yeah, it's
I
clever.
snuck it in. I was like, I'm just going to name some songs, and she won't know. So
The second one, maybe 2 on the nose.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bullet to the Tear Duct.
Yeah.
For a minute, I was like, "Fuck, is that
Also-
B-side?"
But it does sound-
I
it
was
does
like,
sound like
I
it
was
would
like,
be
I
one of
haven't heard
theirs.
that song. Maybe
Yeah,
that song.
I was
maybe
trying to
that
think of
song.
something not too obvious. I also recommend, and I'll just do real ones right now. If you want to check it out, I highly recommend Demolition Lovers. Obviously, Honey, I Never Told You What I Do for a Living. You know what they do to guys like us in prison. Vampires Will Never Hurt You. Anything else I'm missing? It's like a.
Well, do you want to go
you
full
want some
range
music
and give him
Rex-
some?
Thank you for the
Danger
Venom's
Days?
great.
Do you want to give him a Danger Days one?
Danger Days, I think Summertime is grossly underrated. It's like a great, like Smashing Pumpkins esque, like kind of like nice sort of.
And if I could recommend
Pop rock
Summertime by Thirsty Merc,
Yeah, great.
It's a cover.
fuck, that would actually be so
and
sick if it
Summertime
was.
by Vince Staples.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good song.
Yeah. Summertime Magic by Childish Gambino.
I don't think I've heard that.
That song, In the Summertime When the Weather is Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
That's a good
Yeah.
Summer-
Summertime Sadness.
Was that
Lana Del Rey.
Mungo Jerry or something like that?
You're not allowed to say that word.
Wasn't that the name of the artist?
All right.
I think it was the name of the artist. I'm not sure.
Does summer have the best songs?
Better than winter songs.
I heard a thing once that apparently the most common words in like top 40 title
Summer.
songs are, I think it was tears and rain. I think it was. It was like really like they were the.
Surely it would have to be like love,
Heart.
baby.
I think it might be excluding like conjunction and like pronouns and also the word love specifically. I think love was excluded. I think they're all good songs. You should listen to them all.
What's your club story?
Yeah, it's not a story. It was more just like an observation to see
Right.
if you two have something like.
An
When we were
observe,
growing
if you
up,
will.
there was like a fabled like a club that let underage people in,
Right.
and like
Where?
I could never. It's in like West Pennant Hills.
Little St. James.
Yeah, it was a club for underage people. It was called the Lolita Express. It's a big flying plane. Yeah, and so
If
like,
I were a pedophile and I had a secret island, I wouldn't call it Little St. James.
yeah,
I'd call it Adult St.
Yeah.
James.
yeah, it's just like
There's lots of
okay.
big grown-up words. Taxes Island.
Yeah. Billionaire stuff.
Franking Credits Peninsula.
Man, Googling what franking credits were when that controversy came up, that's a night of my life I'll never get back.
Yeah, I didn't bother.
It's confusing.
But yeah, it sucks.
To do with like tax exemptions on insurance.
I can't
stuff.
understand anything
Not insurance, sorry,
financial,
investment
which is
stuff.
probably why I have no money.
So did you have like because like this underage club like it let people in, but we only heard about it from like the girls, and this was like in year 8 or 9 when like. And
That's
like
young.
in like and in like the late 90s, early 2000s, where like these girls were like weirdly proud of like announcing that they were getting fingered at these clubs.
I reckon that's a real hallmark of like year 8, year 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of like people being like, I got fingered by Dallas, like a guy called Dallas, and he's 22. And
Dallas
it's
would
like,
slip the fucking digits
Yeah.
into a young girl.
The first time I heard
Dallas is a real name of a guy who did like he was like in his 20s.
Oh, no.
And, like, but that like Oh no, yeah, because like it's gross. But like these girls were like a lot of girls, like 2 girls in my school dated Dallas.
Fuck yeah.
They're like 15, being like, "Can't believe Dallas asked me out."
Yeah, because he's so impressionable. Like, oh, that's
He's got a
awful.
car.
Yes,
Oh,
not
yeah.
me.
Yeah, that's yuck.
Objectively, not me. He has a car.
Is that why you didn't get a car? Because like, you didn't get your license because you're like, if I do, I'll just become a pedophile.
No, of course
like-
not.
So easy to just chuck him in the back and then drive.
it's just like, it's the one thing holding me back.
It's
What's
also,
the vehicle
like,
to
in
abduct
this,
someone
in
in?
this scenario, I'm like a horrific pedophile. I'm just so lazy.
Yeah,
Like, I would love to.
But no,
rape the
you're
kids.
not like you're not a horrific pedophile. Like the can't like you won't even look up like child pornography or like stuff like that. You're just like you're holding on by a thread, and that's that you won't
Yeah.
get your license. Even though people are like, "Hey, Six, you've got to grow up," and you're like, "I'm doing it for the kids."
Do you reckon there is like a pedophile who's just like, oh, look, yeah, like I'm into that, but I just can't be asked.
Yeah.
Almost certainly.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot. I know a lot of people like are technically pedophiles but don't act on it. Okay.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
that's like a thing.
but like not just for laziness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
I
not-
want to hear
can't
more
be
about
bothered.
these girls getting fingered.
Oh no.
I was just like, it was more the observation that they seem to be the only people. So I never figured out like if the club like served drinks to people, or if it was more just like a dance hall that served like soft drink. And
Yeah, like a
bunch
blue
of,
light disco.
Yeah, and like
Well,
a bunch
you-
of people who had just like graduated high school and started going to uni. It'd be like, this is where you the fucking like buffet.
Showing
is.
up to
Wait,
that, like, to
wait.
fuck, that's disgusting.
Man, like there were like I'm sure it happened to your school too, but like girls like who were 15 in my school were super proud of dating
No,
guys
of course,
who had,
absolutely.
like,
Well, I
were
didn't
in-
go to school with girls.
'Cause it
but the
makes
girls
you
I was
seem
gonna
like-
say who were in uni, but none of them were in
It
uni.
makes you seem more grown up and like,
yeah,
whatnot.
yeah.
We didn't have that per se, but like Hunters, which was like in Sutherland, like infamous, like like every year the Daily Telegraph would do that thing of like Sydney's most violent venues, and like Coogee
Yeah.
Bay Hotel would always be on it.
Stains on there.
Yeah, that would be there. Like Hunters was always on it, and like Hunters changed its name so many times. Like every time someone OD'd in the toilets or something, it was like Hunters, Elevate, some other bullshit. But it was just everyone.
Don't go in the toilets.
Yeah,
I
everyone.
can't wait to drink with you guys at the Stain.
But everyone just called it the Dirty H.
Have we not had a beer at the Stain together?
We probably have after Hemingway's.
The Dirty
I
H.
had-
Or when they used to do the mic at Stain.
I only
Yeah,
did
that was a thing.
I only did that gig once, and I don't think you were there that night. I remember
feel like
having
I
a
might
beer
have
with
done
you
it with
after.
you.
I think we've done it together.
I remember having
Yeah.
a beer with you before a Hemingway's at Shark Bar. Like Shark Bar in Manly. There's Shark Bar in Manly.
Really?
Yeah. Or maybe it was just Jane. Maybe it was Alex and someone else. But I remember.
I
Maybe it was
don't think
Alex and Sando or something.
I was gonna say it can't be me because I didn't know there was a shark bar in Manly.
So yeah,
I would have
there
been.
is.
I think I've only been to the Stain. Like I've been to Ivanhoe. Oh my fucking god! I must have told this story on the pod. Have I told you about the time I tried to get into the Stain when I was 18?
Please tell me.
I don't know. Maybe
This is like
go again. Who cares?
this is
Yeah,
like
we've
an
done
all.
over 100 episodes. We can
This is
repeat.
like an all timer.
All right,
Really?
hit me, baby.
Yeah, I need to get.
Fuck,
a
hang
beer.
on,
I need to get a beer.
I was
going
going
to
to say I want to go get a beer.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. Two
You
of us
both get
can't
beers.
do it.
No, do it. I want to
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
it down. You both go get beers.
Oh
No.
Oh, this
No,
is so
trust
troubling.
me.
Wait,
Okay.
hang on.
I have
Are you
nothing
getting?
prepared? I have not planned for what I'm going to do when they leave.
Am I just getting you one of my beers?
I think I might. Oh, maybe I have one right here.
You'd be back by now if you just did it.
Yeah, but like
I was just going to keep
the whole
recommending
point of
MCR songs.
Well, there you go. The whole point of this is just prove how much we don't trust you to hold down the fort.
Or how cool it is to get a beer out of a backpack.
Generate 90% of the content for this podcast.
No, go on. Hold it. I'm opening the bit.
All right. Other good My Chemical Romance songs. Cubicles, the band themselves don't like, I think is grossly underrated. Early Sunsets Over Monroeville. That's one I should definitely recommend. That song's amazing. You should absolutely listen to that one right away. It's about the movie Dawn of the Dead.
Before you tell the story, I was just going to say like the thing about like Hunters or whatever is like they used to run those like underage club nights. Like
Yeah, maybe Patrick's was like a night.
I never went to any of them, but like did y'all? Because like that was where people would go and talk about getting fingered.
No,
What?
we had like school discos that were organized by outside third parties, but they were in like church halls and things.
At a school, like
A
before.
lot of
I-
fingering in them.
But yeah, before I moved to Australia, there was this thing that this isn't the story. This still to come. There was this thing called Youth Club, which was like for people just on the like. It was like 11 to 13. So it was like years 7 to 9, and basically like you'd go to like a recreational area of the school, and they'd set up like this was on Friday night. So like the idea was to like get all the kids in the school but under the supervision of like one or two teachers.
Yeah.
And so like there'd be like an N64, a PlayStation, like some beanbag chairs, and you could play like on the basketball courts where it was like well lit. But like a lot of people.
So basically, like your dream now.
Yeah, that sounds tight.
Yeah, and it's Hastings' dream now because there are a lot of underage people experimenting with like cigarettes and
fingering.
alcohol. Well, like there was like year 9 girls like hooking up with people and stuff, and like that one was like I left school too early to really get it. Like I left just when like the getting was good there. Like when I was there, I was all about like waiting for a turn on Mario Kart, and people were like, Michael Applegate's just gone and tried his first cigarette. Do you? And like I remember like he came, like he did, like we went round this fucking like darkness, like pure darkness, and he's got like a whole fucking 2-liter bottle of Coke, and he's got like a cigarette. Of course, like bum puffs it, and immediately like I thought he was pretending, but like he started being like fuck and throwing up.
Yeah, you can throw up from smoking too much. It happened to me once.
I don't buy it. Like I think he got like a swig of Coke and like did that so he looked like hardcore in front of people.
That's so lame.
Yeah.
What would look more hardcore is to just like smoke competently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the coolest thing.
But no one knew, and it was pitch black.
It's such a big thing. Like even like we were probably in year 11, and we were like having drinks at our friend like Fullo's place, and he smoked like properly, and we had like a guitar out the back, and someone was like, "Oh, like photo op, like chuck Fullo's dart in your mouth while you're playing the guitar." So I was just doing that thing where you're just like smoking while playing guitar, and then I got called Smokey for like a fortnight, like purely because I had like half smoked a dart.
I just want to clarify something. I'm not a pedophile.
But what about all those sound bites we recorded last episode?
I haven't touched someone under the age of 18 since I was under 18. And I haven't made out with a teenager or I haven't touched a teenager of any kind. I think the last time, other than the time I accidentally made out with
waiting for you to say something that just like
well, except for the time
incriminates you a
I
bit.
accidentally made out with an 18-year-old at a nightclub when I was 28. I've told this story on pod, haven't I? Oh, it's pretty funny.
I don't know if you want to.
No, she was over 18. It's
That's
like legal. It's just gross. And I reacted.
What, did you ask for ID? How did you know?
Well, we're in the. I'll get to that.
I remember once, like you got, like we were pretty drunk, and you took me aside, you put your arm around me, and you said, "Jamie, brother, I'm gonna tell you my motto: under 18s, no; being under an 18-year-old, yes."
I never said that.
And then he said, "I'm gonna teach you how to live." And then he said, "Suit up."
Yeah.
You know, when I feel sad, I just stop being because that was there.
Yeah,
like, because
but that was your motto.
Well, when I feel horny, I just jack off and stop being horny.
He used to be a sad comic, and I said, Hastings, when I feel sad, I just stop being sad and feel awesome instead.
Yeah.
And then we licked the Liberty Bell.
Tell us a
flew
story
to
about you being a
Philadelphia.
pedophile.
Do you want to hear?
Yeah.
No, like okay, it was like I'm the victim here. I want to be completely clear about that.
I don't know.
So this was the last time I was in a nightclub.
Like
I've
18
not been to a nightclub.
18-year-olds.
When was this though? Like,
He said it was 28. So it was
28.
like a year ago.
this was the last time. It
That's not true. So I went to one in Adelaide.
It was
since
last
then.
weekend.
I was 28. It was Halloween.
Imagine people like going to like Ivy now, and there's 10 people in there.
It would be. It will have been 2
You know,
years ago.
coincidentally, the last time I probably went to like a nightclub was also in Adelaide in maybe like 2012.
Really?
Yeah, we went, like, me and my mate Davis when we stayed in this youth hostel, and, like, we were just, like, wandering down Rundle Mall drunk as shit because we've been drinking in pubs all days.
Been there.
And, like, these two young girls
Yeah.
are over 18. Just want to say, because I'm on a podcast with a famous pedophile.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
And they told us to come to some club with them. I think it was called Revolver.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of that.
And because
That's big in Melbourne.
Davis,
I might have gone there.
because we
once.
fell in love with the two girls and we called them Pinger Princesses. I remember that. But we never got anywhere with them. We ended up coming back and doing that like dog shit like pouch tobacco thing that you put like in your mouth
Oh,
or some
that's
Norwegian
disgusting.
guy
Snood or
in a
whatever it
hostel.
is.
And we're like, this is just as cool as eating pussy. And also we were in Adelaide to see a Final Fantasy concert.
Yeah, that makes
Oh,
sense.
that's
Yeah.
funny.
Davis
I
likes Final Fantasy?
Yeah, he loved it back in the day.
Cool.
I'm in, like, not a lot, but, like, I'm in clubs just, like, a little bit because I'm...
Yeah, but you started again.
Yeah,
No,
that's
but, no, but I was going to say, like, because I'm gay. So
Yeah.
I was
they
going to
just
say,
said-
like, this is the only time I can probably say, yeah, that's gay shit without seeming like a
Yeah, like it actually genuinely is. They're always like gay clubs. It's like the club area at the bottom of the Imperial.
You should
or
invite me
something like
sometime.
that.
I still like
Yeah.
dancing.
The reason that you'd actually want to come is that you like drugs.
yeah.
Dancing's just a side effect.
Like kiss a boy. Might want to kiss a boy.
Not a man.
I've been watching a lot
A
of gay
boy.
porn lately.
Not a man, huh?
Um,
You'd rather kiss a boy.
all right.
Yeah,
Yes, I would rather kiss a young man.
You would go for a Twinkie guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Yes, I would. Yes. No, I wouldn't mind a bit of muscles. Nice. Like, just not heaps. But a bit. Yeah, Jamie. I want Jamie. Yeah, Jamie's body. Jamie was taking
he was
his
lifting
clothes
his shirt
off.
there.
Not a little bit of muscle, not hit Jamie's body.
So
Yeah.
I'm
So you tell this
I'm
awful story
28.
before you tell this
I'm
other
in,
story.
I'm in the club. I'm in the club with my now wife.
It's the club.
The club.
Yeah, with
The
a,
club.
I'm with a few mates. I'm dressed as the
Is that
crow.
racist to say the club?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm dressed as the crow. I'm in the club with my wife.
Are
Why
you
are you
actually
dressed
dressed as a crow?
I put on a little makeup. Yeah, there's photo. Like I put it on Instagram.
Is it an
It's not-
emo
What was the
night?
occasion?
Halloween.
Oh, right.
Is
okay.
it an emo night?
Yeah, it was AM PM.
Yeah, okay.
Where's that?
Burdekin.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So
Awful venue.
Yeah, I like it.
I can't remember if I like it or dislike it because I get it confused with another one around
So do
that
I.
area.
I think I said. I think
I get it
Burdekin's
confused with the beach. No, not the beach.
Burdekin's the one on like the on the Hyde Park end of Oxford Street, right?
What's the
down the bottom
fucking-
end of Oxford Street?
Yeah, Hyde Park End, yeah.
What's
Yeah,
the
one on the
fucking
corner. Yeah,
awful
it's Burdekin
one
end.
just off Oxford Street that's really popular and it's got 2 floors? One of them's a nightclub. I think it also begins with B.
Oh, Brighton Upper.
No, that's not it.
I like
It's
Brighton.
a really douchey place.
It's not Arc. That's a massive
No,
nightclub, but
fuck. Maybe it is the Burdekin. Maybe I'm wrong. I've
Burdekin's
gotta look
got like
this up.
3 or 4 levels.
It's pretty
It's like
sick.
it's like a function pub.
This is a
you'd
two-
like the Burdekin, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm getting them confused because
Yeah.
this place is like a classic place where like the people I was making fun of earlier.
Oh,
like
is it
a
like
Ryan's
is it
bar
on like
place.
a street off Oxford Street?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's like it's got 2 floors, bottom floor. It's kind of fancy and it's like
Yeah.
douchey. I was there like at least I lied all the time. I've been to heaps of nightclubs since this time, but not as
Of course
like
you have.
not like going out to a nightclub is what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, I've been in there with like work people twice. The one you're talking about, it's called It has a name similar to the Burdekin. That's why I was
Yeah,
checking.
I was gonna say Beecham, but I know that the Beecham's around.
It's like
there.
fuck. This must be frustrating. To
Oh,
people,
the,
isn't
the
it?
gay bar.
No, it's not a gay
No.
bar. It's like a douchey bar. Because like
It's got like a DJ upstairs.
yeah, and downstairs, and it's got like
quite
a,
fancy.
It's
Yeah,
got
the
like a bar that's
Beresford.
300.
Beresford.
Yes, I hate that
It's a
fucking
gay
place.
bar. Like
It's not.
it's not specifically a gay bar,
Yeah,
but it's a
yeah,
gay bar.
It's a
I'm sure-
douchey
like,
bar.
The nights I
Yeah.
went, it was a lot of like.
it's a douchey gay bar. It's like
nights
a gay
I went,
pub.
it was like a lot of like middle-aged straight people hooking up. It was weird.
Yeah.
Okay, tell your story.
Yeah, the Beresford sucks. I don't like the Beresford.
Okay, so
it's
just-
like the beer garden is nice, but like
Yeah, the beer garden's great. Well, the whole
Everything
pub
sucks.
is quite nice. It's just like the
Yeah, it
people
looks
it's
good.
full of dog shit.
yeah.
So
It's all those like kind of like misogynistic gay men,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like who like they do not have any female friends. Like every.
I mean, why would you?
Every one of their friends looks
Like, if you're
exactly
gay,
the same
like-
as they do.
If I was
Like-
gay,
Like,
I
if
don't
you can't
think-
have, if you don't want to have sex with them, why would you spend time with them?
If I was gay, I wouldn't even talk to a woman.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm in the club.
Well, I might just hear because you think maybe one day you'll both be able to fuck me.
No, it's because one day we think you'll go back.
You were going to say something like that.
Hastings has already got the banner.
You're hoping I go back because you know I'll only get hotter and more female.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that pains you inside is one day having to admit that you think I'm hot.
Yeah, I'll never admit it.
Oh, but I'll know. I've got enough operatives that will like tell me things that you've said.
I'll never even admit it to myself.
Yeah, Hastings will kill
Hate
himself.
wank.
I mean, like somebody told me that you already said it, but I
Nah.
would.
No.
They're lying.
But I'll tell you after the pod who it was, and
Alright.
that will make sense as to why I didn't necessarily believe them.
Right. I'm curious now. Really?
Yeah.
That's
I
hilarious.
didn't see. I was looking. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of
that
sense.
makes a lot of sense.
There was like motivations behind
She's
her saying that,
what
I
we
think.
call an agent of chaos.
Yeah. Okay, tell the story.
All right. So I'm in the club.
You dressed as the crow.
I'm dressed as the crow.
You dressed as Caesar Kaiser.
I got my long, beautiful emo hair. Yeah, I was doing a tribute. I was doing a Halloween comedy covers because it was Halloween.
Come tribute.
I've got my long, beautiful emo hair. I got my beautiful lip piercings in. I've got my sweetest scoop neck black t-shirt on, showing off my hot chest piece. I'm in the club. My wife's making out with some other guy. So I'm on the dance floor.
She's not your wife at this point.
No, we got engaged not long after though.
Okay.
Like a month later, I think. So I'm in the club dancing.
What song's playing?
Can't remember. I was pretty drunk. This, some young teen comes up to me.
Mm-hmm.
And, not a lot of words are exchanged. I would say, I would go as far as say that no words are exchanged and we're just making out on the dance floor.
That's how good you are.
I'm that good, dude. I'm in my element. I'm a 28-year-old man at an emo night. I'm thriving, baby. I know every single word. This ain't a scene. This ain't a scene. It's an arms race.
She's like, I am going to blackmail this man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
She's there to do her own form of catfishing.
Yeah.
So we're making
To
out.
catch a predator.
And she goes, I really like your lip piercings. And I go, thank you. That's so nice
Hot.
of you. And she goes, I was going to get some, but my parents won't let me.
Dude.
16. She's 16.
She was not 18.
She's lying.
She was not 18.
I'm so sure. Look, there's no way to know that for certain.
Yes, there is. You should have asked to see her ID.
Before I kissed her? Anyway.
Or at least after, so you could be like, whoa, distance myself from this entirely.
I obviously did that. So anyway,
Don't.
Oh, so you're not asking because you wanted ignorance is bliss.
No, let me just tell the story.
Because
So
you know that she was
She goes, I
fucking
like your lip
16.
piercings. I want to get some, but my parents wouldn't let me. And I pull back.
Hey, yo.
And I go, that's crazy. I'm an adult, so I do whatever I want. And she goes...
Which is a really cool
No, but
thing to
as
say.
an accusatory, I'm an
Probably to a
adult.
16-year-old, it'd be cool.
I grabbed her blouse to find the wire. And I said, I'm an adult.
No, because I was accusing her of being... I was like, I'm an adult.
No, I'm 16 too.
And she goes...
But my parents are cool.
I will not do anything untoward.
Anyway, so I go, I'm an adult, and she goes, oh no, I'm 18. Like, I just still live with my parents, and they'd be judgmental. Why? How old are you? And I said, I'm 28. And she visibly recoiled, visibly took a step back, but just at the number. And I think was
With what level of speed and confidence did she return that, oh no, I'm 18, my parents would just be shitty at me? Like,
it took her a second to figure out what I meant. But we'd stopped kissing. I wasn't committing a crime at this point.
No, that's when Hastings goes, baby, this ain't 18. It's a goddamn arms race. And he started hooking up with her
dude,
again.
that second that she took to figure out what you said was a second she took
Yeah.
to figure out a lie.
Yeah.
About
maybe.
how she was 16.
She goes, how about you let me buy you my next drink? And she pulls out her Emily the Strange wallet. And you're like, oh, you're obviously 14 years old.
No, so she looked 18, whatever. She looked
But also,
like 18.
we have said this.
That's fine.
We've said this on the podcast before. Is 18-year-olds look like children.
Yeah, it was very dark. She was it was a nightclub makeup situation.
Some of them don't.
Yeah,
A
be
lot
fair.
of them do, though.
yeah.
Yes. And
I saw a bunch of them just out on King
Yes,
Street
and I think
today.
it's more than likely that this one looked quite young.
Yeah, because she was
Well,
16.
let's not assume
She was 12.
guys, we're 50 minutes in and we haven't mentioned the movie because
I've got two stories. I don't think we're getting to that movie.
yeah.
So-
this might be a...
all right.
We've paused
Yeah,
on movies
it's
for
Baby's Week
Month.
because it's the time I hooked up with one.
Oh, he said it?
No, so what happened was I'm completely innocent in the story. So what happened was
Hey, that's for us to decide.
I go, I'm 28. She involuntarily reacts to that. Not even horror, but just
Yeah, because
she's-
imagine if you were 16 and you're making out with the 28-year-old.
Well, she's surprised by the number,
dude.
and she and I'm like, I notice her, and then she goes, "Oh no, don't worry, you're really hot for an old guy." And I didn't go to a nightclub. I haven't been to AMPM since then. I haven't been to an emo night since then. I didn't make out with her anymore. I walked away. I was like, "Ha, nice meeting you," and I went back to my wife, and I was like, "I don't think I can do this anymore." I think I left within 20 minutes.
You went up to your wife and you're like, hey,
I'm tapping on her shoulder while she's
I'm a
kissing another guy.
pedophile.
I've also heard you say in the last year, we should go back to AM/PM.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to go back. But I
You've had
probably
enough distance from the time that you committed a serious federal offense.
Well, she said I don't. There's no
What if she's there and she's now 19?
There's no actual evidence that
no.
she's under 18. There's no... But it never occurred to me either that she was under 18 until I told this story at my last job. And a few of the girls were like, dude, like she might not
Yeah,
have been.
like you don't realize, like telling this,
Why are you
like
telling that story at work?
yeah, that's insane.
I didn't. It was
guys-
like my friends at work. Like
That's
my
still,
boss wasn't there.
That's
Like-
still
Are
insane.
you guys
didn't
ready
do
for
anything.
this?
Tell,
I didn't
like-
commit any
So
crimes.
my
I stopped
so my
immediately.
girlfriend's making out with some dude.
As soon as I knew, I stopped. Like I didn't. I did the right thing. You know, I was a perfect adult gentleman.
Yeah,
I can't believe you volunteered that story. This
Yeah,
is
that's
going on the
pretty
internet
funny.
It's not
forever.
illegal. It's just wrong, and I didn't know, and I stopped once I knew. It's only illegal if she's under 18.
Which she might have been.
Well,
All evidence points to that she was.
no, but her being in a nightclub and saying she was 18 are both pretty strong pieces of evidence.
Fakey did.
Yeah, I disagree
Yeah, but
with
like
that.
you can't
I
just
disagree with the
live your
amount of
life
people-
that way. Look, I did ID a girl once. That did happen another time, and I was glad I did. She was 19, and I was like 25 at that stage, so it wasn't bad.
What's the process like of IDing a girl in the
You pretend
throes
you're
of
joking.
passion? Do you really?
You pretend you're joking.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I reckon
walk
you'd
me
have
through
to-
this one.
I reckon you'd have to do the like prove it.
So I saw all the I saw the Paramore.
No
bread.
way were you born in 1991.
Yeah. So it was when I got
If
to
only
her.
you had a document to prove it.
I got to her room and
2001.
I got to her room.
2012? You're 8 years old?
I got to her room and she had Paramore bed sheets, and I was like, "That's crazy. I'm going to need to see your ID." And she just pulled out her ID and handed it to me, and I checked it.
That's like
If she'd been 16.
even if
Why
you
you-
are of age,
Yeah.
that's not good. Go
Yeah.
home to someone.
That's surely she
Oh,
lived
she
it.
certainly didn't look like she looked like an adult woman. Don't worry about
How
that one.
many girls have you slept with that live with their parents?
Oh, it'd be such a high number.
It'd be embarrassing.
Like when I slept with them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the question? I assume.
Two
Yeah.
off the top of my head.
Didn't you fuck someone in like Adelaide?
That's the.
We've told.
Yeah, that story is the girl who I did.
Yeah,
Talking about
okay.
the same girl.
We've told that. Story
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
pod.
plenty of times.
Actually, I've fucked heaps of people who live with their parents, just not at their parents' house. I'm thinking of times I've done it at the parents' house. Oh, no, there was another one. That's 3. Well, because one of the times, 2 of the times that I think of, a parent recognized me from comedy. 2 times it's happened that a parent's recognized me from comedy.
Shit.
Something for the adults and the kids.
Yeah.
the adults like the jokes the kids like to fuck.
These women were all of age.
It really sounds like you have like a thing. For
I really
young
don't.
girls.
Like, I genuinely don't.
Yeah, which is weird because like you kind of don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of don't. I'm married to an adult woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She's small like a child.
Yeah, she's got delicate childlike features.
Big titties.
Yeah, big titties.
I want that on record on pod. I'm just saying my wife has big titties.
Yeah, but a 16-year-old can do that too.
That's true.
All right, well, now you sound fucked.
No, I'm just pointing out facts, bro.
Are we going to talk about this movie, or are we
Nah.
just going to chalk this one up as a this is we had some good stories.
Let's.
Well, I got 2
This can be a
stories.
pause because Jamie's got stories.
I got
too,
2
so-
stories for you.
Yeah,
You can
alright.
pick and choose.
Hit me.
One is I was going to continue talking about youth club with our exchange disco, and the second is going to the Stain on a night out.
I want to hit both. Let's start with.
Hey,
Youth
so
Club.
what was the all-timer story? The Stain one.
The Stain one.
So
yeah.
start with the other one and then end on
Yeah.
the all-timer.
Yeah, so this is
Especially
just
'cause I
yeah.
need to
This is a
pee
much smaller
now, and
scale
I'm
story.
Probably gonna have to go.
Just like an embarrassing thing. More, it's like, you went to a boys' school, right?
all boys?
Yeah, so you would have had the thing where like there were school discos where they carded in girls from other schools. Yeah. So I went to a
They're all fun.
I went to a co-ed school. So like our discos were like with the girls in our school, but like one night on like Friday they carded in like this French school. So like everyone in my school was like kind of buzzing like who's gonna fucking tired of these fucking bitches and get like pieces of shit dudes. Like we're getting some new blood in for the goddamn disco,
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there's like all these French people came. And it was like a disco for like 12-year-olds, which mostly involves like hugging the wall while your friends are like, go ask it.
Yeah,
Don't be
yeah,
a
yeah.
fucking pussy.
You might kiss a girl, maybe.
Yeah, don't be a fucking pussy, dude.
I had my first kiss at a school disco.
Stop crying, Jamie. Jamie, stop crying.
Jamie, she's not like the others.
Stop kissing the Liverpool badge on your full replica kit that you think is appropriate to wear out.
Yeah. Why are you wearing the studded?
It's like, well, I went to a European school, so like people did just wear like whole soccer outfits as like plain clothes.
Was this when you were in Europe?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, sure.
So yeah, I was at this disco and like this like bigger French girl.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell that like both people, because like I was a very little man in high school.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about that later. Our friend Charlie is an idiot, but
Oh my god, what's he done?
no.
Alright,
It's
tell me
just,
that.
like, I invited him to this thing, and like he said he couldn't come.
He
No.
he asked me today if I was going.
Yeah, he can't come anymore. If like the numbers are done.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's just like, you know, like this girl was like a bigger girl,
Mm-hmm.
from France, and like you could see like people conspiring because I was a very small boy.
Yeah.
Like I was because of the way school years work in Europe, I was the very youngest of my year, like
Yeah.
right on the edge of the cut-off. So I was tiny, and there was like this gigantic girl who was also like quite heavy. So they thought that would be hilarious if they made us dance together.
Yeah.
By like, but also by like lying and saying that we both wanted to dance with each other.
Yeah.
And then like she got mad. The girl got mad at me because like I asked her to dance very awkwardly, obviously, but then proceeded to like do a slow dance with her where I'd clearly never done it before and spent like 3 minutes just stepping all over her feet while everyone, all my friends, boys and girls, laughed at me from the
Yeah.
side wall.
Can I
Man.
just say quietly? I've been drinking beers with friend of the show, Beer Bar Schooler, all day, and I'm
So
actually
young.
kind of lit up.
I'm not. I haven't had any weed today.
I'm on 2 beers. I'm pretty good.
I came straight from work. I'm dead sober. That's why I'm so fucking
Wild.
bad at podcasting today because I'm not high.
I went to the park, debuted my new look.
You look good.
It's good.
I like it. I like this look for you.
Thank you.
I'm going to wear my work uniform everywhere from now on. I'm recording in my work uniform.
Yeah.
I like that for you.
Yeah.
Sensible, Hasty.
Yeah, I'm on the clock.
So,
Yeah.
is that the end of that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we've got this supposed all-timer story.
Yeah, I like this one. So this would have been like an.
How close does this get to the pen story?
I mean, we'll judge
Yeah,
after.
I don't
you don't
wanna-
want to build it up too much.
Yeah.
That's true.
I just can't believe I haven't
It
told
should
this.
be known though, like when we were putting the call out to everybody for like, what do you want on the best of?
Yeah.
The pen story was the most suggested thing.
Pen story, and I got a lot of Tom Walker and the Funkos.
Yeah.
Those were the two most, but pen story was slightly more than Funkos.
I'm still not ruling it out. Friend of the show, Alexi Toliopoulos, has requested that I do a Twitter tour of my Funko Pops, and I'm not ruling it out. So, I'll let you know if I end up doing that one day.
Please.
We talked
It
a
was
bit about
more appropriate
Funkos on
for
that
full-
episode with the pen
yeah.
story.
It was more appropriate during like full COVID time. Anyway, go on, Jamie. Please tell me about my favorite pub.
Yeah, so this would have been about 2005, so it would have been 19, right?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Well, I was in year 10.
Yeah.
That's staying pre-renovations. Respect.
Yeah. So I was living in Kellyville.
You looked at me like, I don't fucking
I
know.
was looking at Rose like a real like, yep.
I think I've been there once.
Yeah. Well, come my 30th.
Yeah. So I was living in Kellyville, so like my only experience with Manly would be like when I first moved to Australia, and like my parents would have driven me out to Manly, the beach, and I would have been a surly prick the whole time because I would have been like, I don't want to be seen with you. Like, it's like I
Go
don't
home and
like,
play Pokemon.
I fucking hate the beach. Like, what if someone sees me? Like,
Yeah.
I got my shirt off. I hate it. It's like, so it's like I
I'm wearing a t-shirt into the surf.
yeah, I had no. Oh, baby, you better believe I had 5 rash shirts. Looked like a marshmallow wrapped in cling film.
I actually
But,
used to wear the rash shirts though, like for the purpose of it, where I'd wear the rash shirt underneath the wetsuit.
Yeah, that is not why I wore it, sister. But
I was just sun's out, guns out.
yeah, this would have been like the ascendancy of MySpace. So like you meet,
Yeah, 05.
I wasn't meeting like strangers and shit, but like a friend of a friend who lived in Manly, like started like talking, like, and we were posting on like my wall and the friend's wall, and they're like, hey, we should like all meet up one time. And, like it was like a cute Indian girl who seemed like quite flirty with me. So I was like asking my friend,
And she lives in Manly?
yeah, or like,
I'll
yeah,
get back here.
Pretty wild. Like, I call bullshit an Indian person in Manly.
yeah, well, like
No, there were Indian people in Manly.
well, the other,
It's a very wild place though.
which is
Yeah.
weird because I went on the only Tinder date I went on in Manly as well. Another Indian girl.
No,
Right.
yeah, it's very wide.
She was like from England doing the backpacker thing.
Oh yeah. That'd all be British Indian. Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm not sure if she lived in Manly or it was just like, I know a place.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
We don't have time to get into the class and race on this, but there's like it makes sense to me that there are more Indian people in Manly than there are. There's not a lot of like Lebanese people
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Manly. There's not a lot of like there's There's a lot of first-generation immigrants in
It's
Manly.
like Cronulla.
Yeah, wealthy first-generation immigrants love Manly.
I mean, her race has nothing to do with the story, so
No,
I don't
I
even
know.
know why I brought it up. But I was probably because if I said Divya, you
Turn
might
into
have
the
been
mug
like,
off.
who?
What race?
Yeah. So like I was like talking to my friend and she was like, yeah, I'll bring like a couple of my girlfriends and like we'll like go out with you and Mike, and I was like, yeah, fucking like we should tee this up, dude, because like we're like horny virgins, like we're like we gotta fucking
You're 19. Yeah.
Horny virgins who
No,
are
actually,
out of
maybe-
high school.
yeah,
So like
we're hot to trot.
you're stinging for it at that point.
Yeah, and like this is like a group of people that like think we're funny and like cool independently of high school with no baggage. So like you sail out to Manly and you're just like, I'm the coolest motherfucker in the world.
Yeah.
So like we made plans with these people and like obviously because we're still living like out in the hills, so we don't really like I don't even know if
How long would it have taken you to get to
Oh,
Manly from
wow.
the hills?
So like I drove my friend Mike, which like sucks because like knowing what I know now, I would have been like, just get drunk, dude. Like, like you'll figure out where to sleep later, probably
Yeah.
in her bed, but
Or, like on the street.
yeah,
Or on the beach.
or on a night rider, puking, being like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
God, I never got a night because I lived in the Shire when I started coming into the city still, and I never got on a night rider that someone didn't vomit on.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
fucking
Horrifying.
Heaps. I've been that guy. I've been friends with that guy. I've gotten vomit from a stranger from that guy.
Yeah, I
We
used to-
also we got on one, me and like an old friend, his name was Jacob, and like me and him got on a night rider, which was like weirdly like not many people were on it, and like got it to go back to Sutherland, and then we're like, once we get there, we'll figure out like someone's fucking mother can come get us or something like that. But we got to Hurstville, which is like the kind of like coming back like Redfern. And then like Hurstville and then Sutherland, they're like the big kind of like junction
The big
stations.
three.
Yeah,
Back
Hurstville's
on
a
the,
big
like-
station.
Yeah.
I remember eating fried Korean mushroom in Hurstville train station after busting too quick.
Oh
Yeah.
man, there's some fucking yeah. We've told that story on the pod.
Yeah.
There's some fucking excellent Asian food in Hurstville, but
Why?
because there's a high Asian population in Hurstville.
Oh. What do you think about that?
Can I just say, I'm in support. But we get to Hurstville, and by the time we get to Hurstville, me and Jacob are the only two people left on the night rider. So the bus driver just goes, "Get off."
Yeah, fuck.
He's like, "I'm not fucking taking you any further."
Yeah,
Right.
Damn.
But this says like N10 go to Sutherland. He's just like, nah, doesn't anymore. Like,
What a fuck,
get
man.
off. Like,
Yeah,
get off
that's
or
sick.
sit here. And we're like what we should have done was just sat there and be like,
Yeah. How old were you?
maybe like 19, 20.
If you were
Maybe.
kids, you could have gotten them in trouble.
Now you reminded me about another story about the wokest cabbie I've ever had, but that's
Finish the
that's
Stain
for
story.
another
No,
time.
No, let's do like the divergences. I like this. But he just kicked us off, and then we were sitting in this like the bus shelter, being like, "What the fuck do we do?" Because I think both of our like phones had run out of battery or something like that.
That's a big one.
So we just fell asleep in the bus shelter, and you won't be able to see it on like listening to this, but like I fell asleep kind of like leaning forward. So
Yeah.
like my arm was on my leg, and I was like leaning on the arm on my leg.
Yeah.
And I woke up, and like both of us woke up and just like it was daylight.
Yeah.
Just like, oh shit. Like our parents were probably fucking wondering where we are.
Yeah.
And I went to get up, but I didn't realize that
Yeah.
like the leg that I was leaning on had gone numb.
Yeah.
So I got up and then immediately went backwards. And it is one of the greatest shames of my life that I didn't get to watch myself go down.
Yeah, that
And
would've been
Jacob
great.
laughed for about 10 minutes, and he was like, I cannot tell you how fucking funny that looked.
Hilarious.
Like it felt like the way I went down, it felt funny.
Yeah.
Like it was a
That's
bummer.
sick. A slow motion fall? Like one of those ones? Or
No,
real fast?
just like whoa,
Yeah.
like real catastrophic.
All right, so...
So what? Hang on,
You drive to
work
Manly.
cab driver. I wanna hear
all
that.
right, we're doing what cab driver?
No, we'll forget about that for now. We're getting too far away from my story. So yeah, they were like, come to Manly, and so like I might like again reiterate, we're like, no, we would have been 18 in the
Yeah.
hills, and like so drinking wise, like we've gone to maybe like the Castle Hill RSL. We're not we haven't like really dipped us like toes in like the city scene. The inner west is like a glint in like the future,
Yeah.
you know, like like the city when you're from the suburbs is fucking Star Bar and the Lowenbrow.
I
That's
was
where
like-
you go.
I started going to the Cross when I was like 18. I was like a big Cross, like Oxford Street guy.
Yeah,
We tried that and then quickly,
It's possible, Jamie, that I'm cooler than you. Has that occurred to you?
Nope.
We'd go to like mansions and
Nope,
World Bar
never
and
will.
stuff like that, and be like, "Hang on, this sucks." And then we like found Newtown, and we're like, "Oh, right, people that."
Well, also
we're
like
actually
we started going to Oxford Street in like 2008.
Yeah.
Mm.
Did you ever do Starfuck? Yeah, that's when I started going to Oxford Street. Did you do Starfuckers, Rose? You would have loved it.
Yeah.
No, I was like, yeah, but not,
I was big into it.
not till later.
Yeah.
So you did
right.
the same thing as me, is what you're saying.
Starfuckers was in the Cross.
Because I didn't.
Yeah, but you started going to the Cross and Oxford Street when like we did as well, like when we'd got bored of the city.
like Starfuckers, I would have started.
I never
going,
went to the city.
Yeah, I know, because
I'm counting that as the
you
city.
missed that part.
Yeah.
is what
I
I'm
would have started
saying.
going to Starfuckers around the time that we became like friends.
Yeah, right.
Because
I was
that was-
pretty much done by then.
Like that was around the time that I like started to become a big like
Got
party
into
drug
MDMA.
taker.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so we're
I'm
like,
cooler than you.
we're like, fuck, how are we gonna? What are we gonna do? Like the stain?
Look at our shirts.
That was to
you know?
Jamie. That was to Jamie.
Gonna, you're not. Actually, I'm looking here at the official results, and it says you're not cool with me.
There's something here that says being pedophile, not cool.
Yeah, going out in the actual city itself sucks.
Oh, the city is the
I
worst.
skipped that. I did suburbs, then Cross.
The only vaguely
Oxford
good
Street.
thing in the city was like Good God.
Yeah, I did good. Got a
That was
couple
okay.
times.
I did good God.
I did a side change. I did a night called Side Change, which was like a trap night at Good God, like a few years ago. That was real fun. That was like so sick.
Good God was like good when like Levens was there, like playing dumb party hits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we were like, yeah, sick, Manly will be great, and I was like, how are you gonna get there? Like, and still like we were living with our parents, so it wasn't like get a hotel, like just fucking do stuff. It was like you got to get home eventually. So I was
Yeah.
like, I'll drive.
Yeah.
And this is that beautiful like period that you treasure these days between Christmas and New Year's when no one's working and
Oh.
everyone it's fucking balls hot
God,
and
I
everyone
love it.
loves partying.
I had to
love
work. I
that.
had to work that time period last New Year's Christmas Eve, and it sucked. It
Oh
sucked.
yeah, I could get that in your vibe then.
yeah.
I had to do it.
I'd been gainfully unemployed for a long time and
I
just
did it
like
at-
living it up.
I did that period a bit when it was retail, and the only thing keeping
Yeah.
you going was the bonanza you made. And like
Yeah, I made a lot of money in that
Oh
period.
man, having to do like the 11-hour fucking shift at the drive-through
So
bottle shop attached to the pub on Christmas Eve was the
Yep.
worst thing in the
Man,
world.
Big W, 18 years old, working the fucking 5 to midnight shift. No
Christmas
one,
Eve?
not that like whole week.
Right.
It's amazing because like 5 to 7, it's busy. You hate yourself. 7 to midnight, it rules. You just hang out with your friends and the hottest Christmas casuals you'll ever fucking see, who may or may not be around 17, but you're 18, so it's kind of
be open
fine.
till midnight.
Macquarie.
On Christmas, yeah, for
Right.
sure. Northern Beaches ones would like the one at
Ringa Mall,
Ringa Mall's midnight.
Ringa Mall
Well,
and
yeah,
Macquarie are the two biggest big W's.
Like
in the
Miranda,
city.
Westfield, Maya would be open late, but not that late.
Because the big
Oh my
the big
God.
W at Ringa Mall's massive, but I just thought all Ringa Malls. I mean, all the
Jamie
big W's
is
massive.
just like done a fart
Yeah.
that sounded like someone tearing a sheet of paper.
It stinks.
Hey,
It was long.
You worked at Big W. Does the W stand for Woolworths?
It does.
Or does it stand for something funny?
It does, because my mum used to call it Woolworths.
Jamie, does it
I
stand
don't
for
think it does stand for words. Like,
What does it stand for? I'm so clearly
it stands for wanking. But it's actually like all modeled on Walmart. Like if you ever go to Walmart in America, like a lot
I
of the
didn't go to one.
signage is similar. Anyway, so I decided.
Oh God, that fart's just made
I
it
tell
over
you.
here. It's not good.
I decided to drive
Yeah.
to Mount, and
Let's
like,
let him get through it this time.
like I said, it's the middle of December, so it's fucking hot. We're going to like the beach town as well. So like my mate, so I'm wearing like 2005, so it would have been like longish like cargo shorts and like a red t-shirt, like a band t-shirt that I got
shorts.
imported
Oh,
from
no.
Hot Topic. So
oh, that's rough.
we get to the stain at about like 7 or 8, and it's like fucking pumping. Like,
Yeah, dude.
like we've seen like busy places before, like at like Cousin, but not like as intimidating, maybe.
Yeah.
So we kind of like walk around.
Not heaving.
Yeah, and so like we don't like, and we're getting messages from this girl as well, being like, "Hey, I got the first drink. Where are you?" And we're like, "Oh yeah." And so we're like, "All right, let's go." And we go up. So there's the part where like the bouncer is, we wait in line, we've got our IDs, we're 18, we're good to go. And there's a big stare up to like where, and you can hear the music. And
I know exactly I know exactly where you are.
And you can see all like the women in short dresses walking up, and you're just like, "Fuck, we've arrived, baby!" Like,
Manly rules.
Cash Money Records.
We're gonna have the best time on my 30th.
This is like the creepiest episode that we've recorded. It's
like
so
it.
long.
Yeah, but I'm 18. Like, it's all right to be attracted to 18.
Yeah, but the way that
She was 18.
the tone of your voice while you're saying it now.
Yeah.
with reverence and logic.
Short skirts walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're also like fucking hot dudes walking around with their big packages. Like, does that help? They'd probably be. I could see for
Probably help tastings.
Yeah, dude.
Because you're gay.
If we if we want to get equal, I could. So there were fucking hot chicks wearing like short skirts, and there were these fucking dudes wearing like tight tarot cash shirts, and you could see their fucking rippling pecs, and just wonder like, I want to get inside that asshole, you know. But like, so I
would Daddy care? Also, just an absolute sidebar. I was just at a friend of the show, Beer Barber Skirla's house, and like a bunch of them are watching like the RuPaul's Drag Race finale. And so some of them have like done themselves up in drag. And B gave their friend Geordie a great drag name, which was Donatella, my dad.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that is good.
Pretty good. And then B did herself up in like boy drag, and she's called Willie Call.
Oh, that's good too.
Oh, that is good.
All right.
She's like secret hidden strength. She's a good drag name generator.
Okay.
Anyway, keep going.
So I like go to the bouncer. I'm full of confidence because I haven't drunk and I've got an ID. I'm like, here we go, buddy. And he was like, yeah, you can't come in. And I was like, what? What do you fucking mean? Bitch.
You said those exact
No, of
words.
course not. I said, oh,
I know.
what's
Oh, why not?
And he goes, you're wearing shorts, man.
Oh, yeah. See, that when you said shorts before, I was like, this could be a problem.
Should have ducked over to the Quicksilver across the road, picked up a couple jeans.
That's still there, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it might have been closed.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, it would have been.
So I'm like, fuck. And my friend, like Mike, he's wearing pants. Yeah, he's
you
wearing.
can't wear shorts at a club. You think you could in the Stain though? Because the Stain's like a pub that has.
No,
pub stuff
sorry,
in
When
it.
it
sorry.
becomes night-
He is not wearing pants. He is wearing very, very long shorts. I'm wearing regular shorts.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's
wearing those ones where like an old bloke would be like, "What are they? Bloody long shorts or short longs?"
yeah. So like they'd probably go down to like just above the ankle.
So
the
it's
way
like
he was
3/4
wearing.
pants, basically.
Yeah, like essentially 3/4 pants. So we're like, fuck.
That's why he didn't get let in. Fucking old.
Well, we
mate in
go
the 3/4 pants.
So we walk outside and we're like, what the fuck are we gonna do?
Yeah.
And so like immediately like this girl is like messaging us being like, where are you? And we're like, do we tell her that we didn't get in because we're wearing shorts, or does that make us seem like unfuckable losers like right off the bat?
It does. To answer your
Yeah,
question.
yeah. We're like, this was the ducks of the high school and me. Like the brain trust was work. We knew not to message her.
How
Like,
did you not think to wear pants?
because we'd never experienced
You
it.
never experienced prayer.
Well, you were just going to like Kellyville Hotel or something like that, where they just let you in anything or some shit.
Well, Castle Hill RSL like had like ID scanning and like membership, and if you wore shorts, you could still get in.
yeah,
Like,
you just have to have enclosed
Yeah.
shoes in like an RSL.
yeah.
or
So
something
and like
that.
we're like beach fucking town in the middle of summer. Like why? And like I've been to the fucking Stain in shorts since.
Yeah.
Because like on a Saturday night, it's like a very different vibe to like
Yeah.
they've
But you
Tuesday
would- you
afternoon.
would
But I
think-
feel like a lot of
Because
people's
it's a pub
stances
with
has
clubby
relaxed.
bits in it. You would assume
Yeah.
you could get into the pub bit with shorts.
Yeah.
It has 5 bars.
I
so,
also correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like venues overall have relaxed their policy on shorts over the years.
Yeah, they have.
yes, they have.
Like a lot more
Men's
places.
shorts have become more acceptable.
Yeah.
As, like,
So we're like, oh,
It's because design has like progressed to like make nice shorts.
yeah,
kind
exactly.
of a
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely.
yeah, my hot tuna shorts with piranhas on it. Yeah. But no, these were like regular.
Hot buttered or
These are
whatever.
like regular, like cargo-y shorts. And so, like, obviously the first thought is we don't tell the girl. And we thought what you said.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a fucking surf town. There's going to be some goddamn store around where we can get a pair of jeans for like $10.
Yeah.
Uh,
$10 is ambitious.
Yeah. Well, you know, we walked up. We
You're
did
forking out 80 minimum.
we did a lap. This is pre Google Maps, pre smartphone as well. So
well,
like,
because that's right next to the mall, right?
Yeah.
Like
No,
the-
no,
no.
Staines on the Corso.
Yeah.
The
But
mall-
that's kind of
it
like
is-
a
sorry,
mall-y
yes.
bit.
That
yeah,
is a
yeah.
mall. Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
When you said the mall, I thought you meant Ringa Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
But
It's like
we're-
a 10-minute drive.
Yeah, but we're like immediately, like, well, we don't know where we are.
Yeah.
Like, so our bearings are just
You're on the
kind
corner of
like,
Sydney Road and the Corso.
Yes, exactly. Thanks, Andrew. Where were you then? Probably doing your school certificate.
Yeah, I was 15.
Pussy.
15, not even. 15, I was getting my first girlfriend.
Wouldn't you have been 14?
2005, 15,
Yeah, well, I was
14,
fucking
turning
about.
15.
I was this close to getting my first girlfriend, dude. Spencer.
Yeah, you'd be 9. Not even school certificate
2005
age
was
yet.
So we
I
were,
guess.
so we went around, we looked, we're like, shit. And like my friend was like, I tell you what, like my
Let's
shorts.
rob a stranger and steal
No,
his
he was
pants.
like, my shorts are pretty long. I reckon like if I pull them down just a little bit, like pants. And I was like,
like about that far.
Yeah, I'm wearing my pants pretty low right now.
Yeah. They're completely like your belt is under your
Yeah.
butt.
What's worse as well is like there's no elastic in this underwear.
no,
Yeah, that's
not.
rough,
Disgusting.
man.
Yeah, I went
And
this
I think
morning.
it's what is that like?
It says it's.
I thought it said bad moms,
No,
and
it
I was
said-
like, "Did you get that at like merch,
No.
like a promo
Promotional
stuff?"
underwear
Yeah.
from the movie.
No, better. My mum bought me this underwear. She got it from me as a souvenir from Spain.
It turns out it should say good mums because she got
Yeah.
you some underwear.
She got me
Good
some
on her.
underwear.
So anyway,
Yeah.
Oh man, I might need another beer to tell the story, but
Oh my
There's
God.
more in the fridge. If you
but
feel.
okay. So what happened? Hastings, be a dear.
Want a beer?
Yeah,
Do you
please.
want me? I'll get him.
Yeah, I can vamp for a second. So we're walking around being like, "Oh my god!" Like, and my friend's like, "I reckon if I pull my shorts down, they will look like pants. They'll like look a bit baggy, but this is maybe a summer before like ultra skinny came in.
Yep,
So you
yep.
could still get away with it." And he was wearing black shorts.
I remember, like, to that point, I wore, like, I bought some, like, skinny leg black jeans when I was in year 10, and we had a mufti day, and I wore them, and, like, all the girls were like, that's great, and I couldn't have got more shit from the guys.
Yeah.
And then fucking 2 or 3 years later, every cunt was wearing them.
Yeah. By year 11, you got made fun of for wearing baggy jeans at my school. And
Yeah.
I remember a kid getting made of for wearing skinny jeans in year 9. Like, it turned so quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon I, like, transitioned into it in my, like, first year uni.
Yeah.
So this would have been just pre skinny jean.
Yeah.
So like everyone was, and so like he was wearing black shorts, so he pulled them down. Kind of worked. Like we were like interesting. It was like I reckon you can pull that off, dude.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, you try.
So you just pull your shorts down.
And so I'm wearing like they're long-ish shorts, like
How long's the shirt? That's a...
long enough.
Past the knee? Is it part? The shorts past the knee?
The shorts.
Man, like this shirt is pretty long right now. Like I've got a shirt that goes almost to my knees, basic. Or
Not really. You're also crouching down a little bit.
I am. Okay,
It's
like
past the belt.
halfway to the knee.
yeah, that's
Halfway
yeah.
to the knee. Like
Well, let me
whereabouts
tell the
there.
story.
Okay.
So I'm wearing like shorts that go below the knee, like classic, less baggy, but like a Tom DeLonge.
Mate, you don't get a
Dickies.
cargo short that's above the knee.
Yeah, like a Tom DeLonge-ish short, and it's like
Yeah,
that,
like Dickies or
and it's
something.
like that chino color before chinos really became like the worn pan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You
like
know?
the Dickies thing.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
was like the skate
Yeah,
shit.
you're wearing classic cargo
so
shorts.
he's like, "You give it a go," and I've got like quite a long t-shirt on, so I'm like, "All right," and I was like, I pulled it down like probably like lower than you, so like my whole ass,
Yeah.
like the pant is sitting below, like the shorts are sitting below.
I've
that.
got to ask.
Yeah,
Satin boxes.
probably. I had it.
Oh, at 18, that's
no.
good.
Yeah, that's rough at 18.
Actually, probably not. When I was in year 10, I had a pair of satin boxes from like one of those novelty stores.
Yeah,
And
they
it
were
was-
called like Dick's House.
No, it was the MasterCard logo, but it said Mr. Hard.
That's pretty good.
Where I
Yeah.
had a
No one saw them.
I had a bunch that were, it was called Dick's House, and it was always like some little pun. So it would be like, Dick gets his cock out, and it's like the little thing,
Yeah,
holding
right.
like a thing, or like Dick has a huge tool.
Yeah.
But I also had one that was good. It said, it was like a bunch of people, including a polar bear, like with their face like pushed up against the glass, like they were marveling at something, and it said the genuine article.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty good. I wish I still had that.
I had cute
That'd
Snoopy
be-
ones. They were very non-threatening.
So my friend asked me to pull my shorts down. I do it.
Yeah,
It's not great.
you're pushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely pushing it, right? So like, and also like we're going back to the same bouncer,
Yeah. To the same guy.
but
He's gonna
like,
look.
but it's a long line.
He's gonna look to see if you.
So,
got
like,
pants.
Have
I've
you ever
got-
done the thing where you one of you doesn't get let in, so you and your mate go around the corner, swap shirts, and you muss your hair up?
No, me and a friend
No,
made
I
out
haven't.
to get into a club though once.
Yeah, we tried that. It didn't
Damn.
work.
It worked for us.
Wollongong.
Okay, so we're like, all right, and so like I'm waddling because like that's how I can walk like in these because like they're
You're probably trying to hold them up, right?
I've got a hand like in the belt loop,
Yeah.
like but like round the back where my shirt is, and like they're around my thighs. So like if you like lifted your shirt up and like what's that, mate? You'd see like my underpants end,
Yeah.
a little bit of my thigh,
Yep.
and then the shorts. That's how low.
You're ready
down
for
they
the
were.
easiest decking of all time.
Yeah. Magically, we get to the front of the line.
Sick.
He lets us in.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah. We
Yeah.
do it.
Ready to
We're-
get those fingies wet.
We are stoked. we are the smartest motherfuckers in the world.
Yeah.
We have driven all this way.
like, obviously you'd be thinking that, but really what it is that bouncer is the dumbest motherfucker in the world.
Man, respect.
Right. So you get in, right? And then as you get in, we message.
Hike the pants up.
Wait.
Okay.
So we're like high-fiving each other, being like, let's message Div and like find out where she is. She's like, I'm upstairs. First thing that we have to do is go upstairs where there is another like security team.
Oh no!
So we have to keep the shorts down
Yeah.
while we walk up the stairs. My friend's shorts, remember, are long shorts. So he doesn't really have a problem.
Yeah.
I go up 3 stairs, ping, the button on my pants explodes off, flies like across the room.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Sick.
Like it's like, and
Yeah.
this is not like a button you just like put in. It's tied by string.
Yeah.
So unless like
So-
unless I was carrying an embroidery kit, the button is gone.
Yeah.
I am now wearing pants without a belt,
Zip
Yeah.
or buttons?
zip,
But the
Okay.
top button.
but I am now wearing
the top
pants
button's gone.
Yeah.
without a belt around my thigh with the top button
Yeah.
gone.
You just
Like,
hold
if it-
those
if
pants
it-
up manual.
If it's button down, top button, you could do without. But
Yeah.
zip, that makes it hard.
So I had to like immediately like pretend that like I had a cramp. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
the sniper.
Yeah.
Premier League sniper.
While
Oh, my leg.
I got the fabric of like my pants and smooshed it through the buttonhole
Yeah.
as far as could fucking possibly go.
Sick. Great.
Right? And like so like I
I
get
know
it in.
when I'm a young lady at the end of the night and I'm taking off some young man's pants, it's like, lay down on the bed, Jamie. I'm about to show you a good time.
Yeah.
Let me just get that shirt out of the way. Now let's take off this. Oh, wait, what do we have here? You've
You
put
seem to be missing a
the fabric of the corner of your cargo shorts through the buttonhole and just sort of looped it around.
I couldn't. Be
I can't believe how turned on I am, James.
I couldn't be hornier. Right
I've never wanted to suck a dick so bad.
It's like
I'm gonna suck your dick right
Thank
now.
you for
just
this
thinking about
opportunity, James.
so yeah, like I'm going up the stairs
Yeah.
with my fucking like pants through my pants.
Yeah.
it. Are you worried they're gonna fall off at any point?
Yeah, now I'm like holding like the belt
I
loop
imagine
up.
it's all he could think about.
Yeah, now I'm holding the belt loop up with my left hand around my back, and I've got my thumb like right here, so it looks like I've constantly got my hand on my dick. So I
You look
could.
like it's like some weird kind of like country musician stance.
Oh, but because like the first time I figured out, like, man, I can like just pull the fabric through this belt hole, like so. Like, I mean, this is visual, but like, I was like, fuck, all right. So I pulled it through and was like, and like it's there. You take one step, it immediately comes down.
Yeah, of course it does,
My
yeah.
pants start falling down. I'm
Because
like,
there's nothing to stop it from going back out.
So it immediately becomes apparent, like, I can only hang out with these people if I'm holding up my pants manually all night.
But wouldn't it just be once you get past the bouncer, you can just chuck them up and like do the belt up?
There's no belt.
You didn't have a belt. Oh, the belt. So you kept saying belt loop.
Yeah, I'm not
fuck.
wearing a belt.
Oh, you needed a belt.
There's nothing.
belt would have changed so much.
There's nothing that keeps these pants on except for the hands that I was given.
Oh no!
The hands that God gave you.
So it's like-
rather than the belt your dad
This is
did.
a sitcom storyline.
So it's like at this point, it's like it's like my friend Mike's like
Come
laughing.
clean to the girl.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they're fucking all right.
and
Like,
hope that they think. But at that age, you don't like.
I was basically the same.
No, but at that age, you don't think that a girl will find that
Yeah.
like charming and like,
Yeah.
oh, you know.
I know for
trying or whatever.
certain that she won't find my pants falling off charming.
well,
Yeah, but you'll just think like, oh, what a fucking dork, what a loser. Like
That's-
Yeah.
you tell that story now, and someone will be like, that's funny.
yeah,
like,
that's where
you've had a hard
you're
time,
wrong.
like- oh, okay.
No, not really. But like, so like the first thing is like I do the cramp, I put him through, and I like say to my friend Mike like, and he's like laughing, being like, I can't. Like he's laughing at me for it happening. He's laughing that we managed to get in the first
Yeah.
step. We get in the second step. It's fine. But like I said, like I've got my hands around my pants the entire time. Like this chick is like me, like Mike, big hug, like me, big hug. Like I got my hands pinned to
You're
my
then
fucking side.
not
yeah.
responding at
like,
all?
Like
Fuck yeah.
patting her
Like a wet
that.
fish.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like it's and like first time I fucking met her
Yeah,
in
yeah,
my
yeah,
life.
yeah.
Like he has history with her. Like they used to go to an international school together.
Yeah.
But she, like me, she just knows as like the cool guy who's kind of like into punk rock and stuff
Yeah,
from MySpace. Who
Yeah,
like
right.
looks like he's having the time of his life singing Sing Star with his shirt off. And here I am like desperately holding a pair of cargo shorts for dear life. And that's when I'm like, you know what? Maybe this story is kind of charming.
That's some king shit, brother.
Because I'm like, I gotta fucking say something now.
yeah,
because
I
like,
think good
Yeah.
instinct. I would
because like the girls are like, let's go dance, and I'm like, love a drink first.
Yeah. And also, I can't like movements are limited with my dance moves, right?
Well, as well,
it's
like-
pretty much boot scooting or nothing
Like
else.
and that like is the problem with like where we were at the Stain. It was like essentially a club. Like if it was like,
Yeah.
hey, we went to Newtown, we're going to the Cordy, I would have been like, like
yeah, you can just
Yeah,
sit
just
in
sit
the
down.
front seat.
a little bit embarrassing. I'm going to the smoking area. I'm punching 50 darts. I still might get a 50% chance of getting rooted. You know?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
sit. You
for
just
sure.
you just sit in a seat. Send somebody. You give someone your card. Never
Yeah.
have to get up.
This is like my dancing.
At worst,
is-
you hold your
yeah.
pants when you go to the toilet.
Whereas this
like-
is like my dancing is probably already going to be working against me. Like
Hmm.
these girls are at 19, they don't want to see me do the sprinkler. You know, like
I haven't even seen you dance ever.
you're not fucking gonna.
Exactly.
Yeah, so like I was like, this story will be charming. Like we have to come clean. We tell the story. It tells out also these girls have brought other guys to the thing.
Oh no!
So not only do I have to tell a
Oh,
cute
no.
story to them, I have
Yeah.
to tell it to their guy friends
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, that is a problem.
And that's the point where they're kind of like, well, we're
Oh,
going to go
Jamie's-
dance.
Jamie's the special friend. I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we
Yeah.
never saw them. for the
Yeah,
rest
of
the
course.
night. Like,
Oh, no.
They went dancing and presumably left while like we kind of just were like, fuck.
Oh man!
And then,
That's
we,
so
and then
sick.
we drove an hour and a half home.
I'm picturing you just in the driver's seat, which I know it wouldn't have been, but it's just funny. To
I was in
picture
the
as-
driver's
But it's just like you in the driver's seat with your pants around your ankles.
Definitely.
I think I
Just you and your friend not talking.
yeah.
I wonder if my friend remembers that story. I got to text him.
Where'd you park? The library car park?
Man, would have been 15, 16 years ago. I've
Probably
had-
the library
That
car
story
park.
would have been such a confidence shaker.
I love it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
How long after that did you lose your virginity? That's a good question, I think.
Man, it's like a weird one because like I started fooling around with someone and doing close.
Nah, it's got to be P and V.
You're not having
Yeah, but
PMA.
like closest like pretty recently after. So it wasn't that like it was kind of just like, you know, because like I was a little fucking twee bullshit. Like I want to be a sitcom writer when I grow up. So
Yeah.
I was like, put that in the story file. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's easy to
That
go to
actually,
a
should be in the fucking
yeah.
story
It's
file.
easy to go to Macquarie University and then write for a major US network. It's not unrealistic at all, Dad. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah,
I'm
apparently
never
they-
going to do insurance.
Apparently, the ABC have an open door policy for pitches.
No, they have an open door.
Why would
policy
you
for-
tell the listener that? You're just generating competition.
They have an open door policy.
You think anyone that listens to this podcast has got a fucking good idea?
No, none of
Yes, it's mostly comics.
Yeah, but they're listening to this podcast.
Yeah,
What's
what's
a
gonna-
bad idea?
I don't want them to know.
What's going to happen? Is Tim Clark going to move here and take all our jobs? Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, Tim messaged.
Tim Clark just comes and he's like, I got a job at ABC. I've got this new sitcom about some fucking fat loser whose shorts can't stay on.
Hi, Tim Clark. He messaged me the other
Yeah,
day.
his girlfriend was mad about movies for babies.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah, because we called Heavyweights a movie for babies.
Yeah, he
Now we
messaged-
kind of got to watch it so that we can say it's for babies.
All right, but
Yeah.
not until we do next week's episode. My absolute favorite.
I gotta
movie.
go take a piss.
I gotta go home to my wife. Like, can
No,
we
you
end this
don't,
podcast?
Bitch. It's
So I'm probably gonna go.
Saturday night. Your wife's not going. Your wife's out already.
No, she's at home,
left.
dude. She-
Well, I just had to leave B's house. Like, I'm probably gonna go.
Are you going
back?
back? All right. Well, I gotta take a piss.
Well, thanks for the invite,
Let's
B.
do like 10 minutes more.
Oh my god! All right,
I honestly, I'm enjoying these longer episodes because, like, you don't get to see.
me too. I just haven't had dinner.
Yeah, but like I only had one meal in me today, which was like 10 nuggets and large
Yeah.
chips.
Yeah, but the difference between you and I is I work today and also for the last 9 months. Jamie just chimed from the bathroom. The only difference between you and Rose.
I couldn't hear him, so thank you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I applied for some pretty high-paying gigs this week, and I'm not going to get any of those jobs.
That's cool. My wife got a job.
Doing what?
It's HR. She's like, her career's in HR.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, she got a HR job with a HR consulting company. She's very excited. There were 250 applicants, and she got the job.
a pretty good effort. Mm-hmm. I've applied for some government stuff, which if you're from the government, it's not me. I'm an
Yeah.
imitation.
They're talking about, you know how I was going to have a fake work name? That was the big plan, and it ended up not happening.
Yeah, because I came into your work and
Yeah,
said
yeah.
like, "Hey, I'm here for Andrew Thomas," and someone looked at me with this confused look and went like,
Well, now
"Do
I
you
got to
mean
pick. Now I got to pick a different work name if we decide to do that again.
But they're like, "Do you mean Andrew Hastings?" And like,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
So
like,
what
I don't know. I was
happened
trying to do the right thing.
Is because they need to know my legal name for payment stuff or whatever. Like, second day, they just like abandoned it and were calling me Andrew Hastings, and I was like, "Whoa!" And then they were like, "Why? What's with the name?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's because like I'm a comedian. I don't want people
just calling you
googling."
Andrew? Like who uses
Like
your
my
full name?
Like it's in
It's so tempting
it's in
to use
email addresses
Hastings.
and on email signatures. It's
Like none of it. Like no one calls him Andrew. Everyone calls him Hastings.
Well, there are just
the only
some-
time I call you Andrew
Yeah.
is like if I'm trying to be like really overtly disgusted
There are some.
by
There are
something
some
you've said.
people who immediately are just like, you're not getting called your first name, bitch. Like
yeah. I just
like
want, I just
like
want
no
a
one
fake
calls
last
you
name.
Kirk.
I do
a few
sometimes,
people.
but usually it'll
but
be in
not
reference
really,
to
like-
another Jamie.
People don't call me Kirk. There'd be like an O or a Y at the end usually.
Kirky. Yeah, I hear
Kirky.
Kirky a bit.
I'd probably. Heard
I
more
should
people
probably-
call you Kirk than Kirky or Kirk.
You might have gleaned this from the story, but I did never see that girl in person again.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, I fucking assumed.
Of course.
But I did get to listen to the Phoenix TX live album all the way home, which is quite fun.
That's pretty cool.
Bit of Phoebe Cates.
Oh, a lot of Phoebe Gates.
What was he talking about? Something about my
Having
job.
sex?
Having sex.
Having sex?
Sex.
I'd love to.
Let's
have
fuck.
that.
We're doing this for an hour and a half. Can I go?
I'd love to have that
Keep
again.
going if you want. I just want to go home.
No, you're not allowed.
Oh man.
You're the breakout star of this pod. You got to say till you've done a story that's funny.
I've
You've
done
been
like.
really lacking this episode.
Come on,
I've been on fire. This
Come on,
episode.
breakout star. Do something. Get a closer going.
guys.
Look, I'll give you your due. I think you were very funny last week's episode.
All right, guys. I'm very addicted to marijuana. Okay, can I just come clean?
What if we did?
I haven't smoked marijuana since very late last night / very early this morning. Some might say.
What if the last 15 minutes of this were Andrew Hastings, the performance review? We talk.
Yeah.
No, thank
Hey,
you.
here's a fun thing. We're all going to be in a venue together tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're going to the pub.
That'd be fun. Where is this place? Do you know where this place
It's on
is?
Elizabeth Street. It's
All right.
like towards Surrey Hills. It's
Right.
like it's very close to here. You can walk there within like 15 minutes.
Right.
I've been there. It's cool. Like
I'll
it's
be
a small
10
bar.
minutes late. I'll be coming straight from work.
Oh no, I know what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I've been there.
It's real near Jack's place.
Yeah. I know that. Yeah, I've actually been to that
Future
place.
guest,
I was
Jack
like today,
Wright.
like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, I've been there.
It's cool. They've got Mario Kart.
That's pretty cool.
Apparently, we can play our own music there all night too. Like it's our
Oh
bar.
shit, that rules.
We've
Yeah.
hired it for the night.
Yeah, it's 4 hours.
Oh shit! I thought it would have just been like an hour or
Nah,
some
it's
shit.
6 till 10.
No, we're getting cut up, dude.
Oh man, that rules.
6 to 10. It's like a bar.
Why did I do all the
takeover.
coke last night?
Yeah, dude.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I wish I could tell
So
you.
as my housemate just walks through grinning.
No, yeah, it's 4 hours. They got Jenga and stuff. That's like Coke, but for cool nerds.
I plan on yeah. I was thinking more we sort of drink pretty heavily and then yell at each other a lot.
Yeah, we're probably.
I mean,
gonna
that will
do it.
happen. That will
Can't wait
absolutely
to
happen.
fucking tell a bro I love him. You know?
I love it, dude. No, what I was saying before is about work stuff. No, this is interesting for the podcast. I was going to say that because they're talking about like promotion eventually. Like eventually I might down the line. Nothing.
It's like a
concrete at all.
goodwill gesture for like grinning and bearing it through in this whole thing.
No. I'm actually quite good at this job. It turns out. It helps that it's very easy.
And yet I didn't get.
Yeah.
I interviewed for this job and I didn't get it.
Yeah, that's true.
Andrew Hastings is on track to become the CEO.
Yeah.
God, imagine.
I almost said the name of the
Yeah,
company.
don't say the name of the
during
company.
The entire episode.
No,
Hang
just
on,
beep out the end of the
we'll do the
Has
mug
to
off.
go.
He's on track to become the CEO of Skinner.
But I think I'm gonna see if I can force while working for the same company, if I can be like, can we just publicly make me a different name so no one Googles me, particularly if I get promoted.
Let's come up with a complete new name. There's no names that
It's
are
kind
yours.
of important that pod listeners also don't know my work name, so you don't want it to cross pollinate.
Jason Derulo.
All right, I'll go by Jason Derulo.
I love it.
Yeah.
We'll go by Jason Derulo.
Hang on, I've got a great one for you.
Pitbull.
Reese Piper.
I might do that. I'm going to change my name to Andrew Reese Piper.
I don't think anyone's using that name.
You can keep the Andrew in there because
That's
you'd be
true.
Reese Andrew Piper.
Oh man, I might do it.
There you go. That's my full dead name.
How
listeners.
cancelled would it be if I came out? I was like, I got a new stage name. It's Reese Piper. That'd be so sick.
I don't think you would.
like-
because most people would honestly be like, who the fuck's Reese Piper?
That's true.
Well, no, not most people. Like I've been around long enough that most people know my dead name.
No, but I
forgot,
was
dude.
saying that
They
like
threw-
there are a lot of people around who only know you as Rose Piper.
There are, but like within the comedy scene, there are more people that knew me before.
Yeah, they forgot about you, dude. No
I'm
one
trying
thinks
to think
about
of
you.
like people that.
Like people that are like people
Man,
that,
I love Muppets Treasure Island.
It's so good, right? Let's talk about it next week.
like trying to think of people who've guessed it on the pod. Who like Conchetta has never known me as Reese.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna think like a bunch of room runners, but then like maybe not.
Because my thing is like, I met you like 8 years ago, but I still feel like I don't know you.
You're an enigma.
Because I'm an enigma.
So
yeah.
What'd you call me?
I'm an edgy iconoclast.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wear general pants.
That was my old joke.
Yeah, I know.
I wear general
I just like it to be
pants.
known that even though
I wear general pants.
even though I look like this whole outfit has come from general pants,
It does.
None of it has.
I went shopping at Glue the other day, and I hated it. I hate
Is
that place.
this hat funny?
Yeah, it's good. I like
Yeah.
that.
It's
Yeah.
white supremacy.
White Ox.
Oh,
It's
right.
it's the prison tobacco.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently it's filth.
Goo.
Have you never smoked it?
No.
It's so awful.
I don't smoke rollies. Like even when I don't
neither.
smoke cigarettes anymore. When I did, I didn't smoke rollies
But,
much.
it-
It
neither,
it-
brother.
like, it's
was kind of only when I took them off you.
like like
Yeah,
normally
same.
you can have like a grotty dar.
Yeah.
But like it's revolting.
Yeah.
It's so
Is
bad.
it
It's like the clean skin of tobacco.
Have you ever had like the when you like people are like you can get the non government packets, cigarette packets if you go to the dodgy Chinese store.
Oh,
around the
yeah.
corner.
Yeah, the one down
And
in the
then
corner of
you'll get,
Abercrombie
like-
Street.
You'll be like 20 Marlboro Golds, thank you, and then they'll look like Marlboro Golds, and then you'll smoke them and be like, what is this? Like you'll be like, what is this?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've watched Jack Wright do that.
That's what
fucking
I
same thing.
imagine. White
The
Ox
Marlboro,
is.
the Marlboro Golds honestly aren't so bad. It's when they're like, we've got reds.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
when
yeah.
you're in trouble.
Because Marlboro Reds would be terrible anyway. Reds
Yeah,
anything is
Marlboro
so
Reds
bad.
are terrible. But like when you get
Any-
drunk, sometimes you don't know.
I'm not a
Oh,
pussy. I
man.
smoke blacks.
Like I smoke rollies, which is like whatever level of like heftiness or whatever. But like when I used
Depends
to
on the
work,
filter.
when I used to work in the bottle shop, what?
Filter is how you regulate the strength of rolly cigarettes.
Do you know Bill Hicks used to fucking smoke Marlboro Reds, and if he couldn't find the Marlboro Red, he'd get a Marlboro Light and rip the filter off, bro.
You know what you can also do if you
Dude,
get.
that's fucking.
Do you want to know another
sick.
trick?
Yeah.
This
Do you
is-
also know Lenny Bruce founded comedy as we know it today?
Yeah, I heard that.
That's just more conversational.
He was.
Man, like when I used to work in the bottle shop,
He wasn't
like,
afraid to broach taboo topic.
My point: if you get a paper clip and stick a hole through a cigarette filter, it'll make the cigarette weaker. Someone showed me that once at work.
Weaker.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it lets more oxygen in. That's what if you look at a like a cigarette, there's holes in the top of the filter, and that's like to do with oxygen.
I have in the
you know if
direst
you
of
press, like-
circumstances smoked a dart with no filter because I didn't have any left.
I've done that. Yeah.
Do you know if, like, in the first level of Tomb Raider, if you turn around like 4 times, Lara Croft gets naked?
Do you know that in Mario 64, if you go up to the top, like the top mirror room, and you press the right combination buttons in front of the mirror,
Wario does 9/11.
yeah, basically.
Wahoo!
Wahoo!
They,
And then
they
American.
call that Lara Croft one missing clothes.
Yeah, baby.
So that was a reference to missing no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Anytime,
You know, if you put Lara Croft in the 6th spot of your bag in Pokemon Red, then sail up and down the side of Cinnabar Island, you get infinite naked Lara Crofts.
Have you ever beat off to Lara Croft?
No, never. I was never a Tomb Raider fan. And that's the only
Probably.
reason.
I wasn't a gamer.
Didn't really like Tomb Raider.
Do you know what I used to beat off to a video game wise? This is the most beat off I've gotten done over a
Can
video
I
game.
guess?
Probably
Yes.
some child.
Trish Stratus in the WWE game.
Can I guess?
Fucking nailed it.
Trish, specifically, when you would create a wrestler, you would create their entrance, and one of the things you had to set is the movie that would play on the screen behind them when they walk out. So you could preview them in the created thing. So you go to what Trish Stratus' entrance is. It's all bikini pics, baby.
God. Trish Stratus is still absolutely gorgeous.
I beat off.
She's
to,
beautiful.
I beat off to Eve from Metal Gear Solid 3,
Yeah.
like in-game footage.
Oh, I never got to. I only played Metal Gear Solid in the second one.
Well, because she was like a character, like Hideo Kojima's like female characters over the years.
I beat off to
used-
Psycho Mantis from the first one. I'm like, I love that gimp suit, baby.
I like that he's reading. I was like, yeah,
I
you
beat
don't
off
want
to
to
Mads
read my.
Mikkelsen.
You don't want to read my thoughts, Psycho Man.
Mads Mikkelsen's in Death Stranding, right? I didn't make that up.
Yeah, he is.
I bet off to Conan O'Brien in Death Stranding.
I beat off to Norman Reedus, the original Boondock Saint.
I beat off to the orange portal from Portal. It's the girl, one of the two.
I was like, I could see, like, I bet you there.
You looked at me then like I'd have any
I was
fucking
looking to
idea what
see if
were
you
just
got it.
saying.
I was looking to
I'd
see if
be-
you knew what I was talking about.
No idea.
I'd be willing to bet money that there is some weeb out there, probably someone who listens to this podcast has beat off to GLaDOS.
I've seen GLaDOS porn. Well, because also
Yeah, but not porn. I mean, just the voice.
there's
What's
an
that?
inherently sexual.
It's like a
GLaDOS is
horny
sexy.
computer.
It's a robot.
She's
girl.
not horny. She's
She's a bit
evil.
horny. Like she's never overtly horny, but you can. There is.
You know what? It
She's a
seems-
little sexualized.
The horniness seems like marketed to people like you.
Well, there's another reason for it. There's like a big, and it's like
like-
generally considered to be spot on. Like GLaDOS's design from the first game is supposed to be based on a woman in bondage. Like a woman tied up and
yeah, I
suspended.
remember that.
Because it's and you find out in the second
I'm
one
listening.
it makes sense because in the
You're
second
getting
one,
Rose into gaming.
yeah, in the second one you find out that she's a captive of
Someone has to have
Robots.
made like a BDSM video game.
Yeah.
Custer's Last Stand. No.
No. There's
a lot of- there's a lot
There
of-
has to be a thing of like how much can you take? Like
There's,
whipping
like,
the
Yeah,
butt
Custer's
and
Last
shit.
Stand.
there is
How much of a dildo
there
can you
is
fit in there?
there is
Be like a
game
Newgroundsy
that.
thing. As well.
Yeah.
But also that like
There's
sounds
also like I mean like a lot
Japan
of
stuff, right?
girls like dress like Death Trap Dungeon was like the person just dressed like a dominatrix. Like the chick from Sin dressed like a dominatrix.
On the BDSM thing, like I feel like this is like an interesting point.
Mhm.
Right?
I'm listening.
I was dating this girl in like 2018, and
I don't believe.
Fact check. I'm gonna call for a fact check.
you know who it is. She was absolutely gorgeous.
If you talk quicker, we won't get as many gags in.
That's what I like because I do talk at this pace all the time and on
Yes.
stage, and I'm constantly so worried that like people are gonna fucking shout shit. When
It's hard not
do
to.
stand
Yeah,
up.
you should be.
I know.
You should be, bitch.
I know. And then the other
Just
reason,
kidding, 7 jokes.
I think the other reason that people don't is because I'm trans and they're like, oh, it'd be a hate crime.
Absolutely.
Well, did they hassle you before?
But
They were too scared because you're
More
tall.
so. More so.
They were
Yeah,
like-
people used to.
They were like, might be
pe-
trans, can't do it.
People used to get shit in more so before I came out.
I
But
can't believe we've done an hour and 40 minutes.
Dude, you're malioning.
dude, this is the longest.
I-
This is our longest ever episode.
I reckon we could do 2.5.
My wife's going to be furious.
Just tell her to order in.
Show her the movie. Did you show her the movie?
No, I watched it when I was away.
No. The DVD you got back.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
You didn't have that trump card anymore.
No.
What DVD?
I gave him back some DVD that
It was for this pod. It was but I'm a cheerleader. It was Yvette's copy, and she
right,
really
yeah.
wanted it
I
back.
kept
It's like her
it
favorite movie.
for ages.
Oh, yeah, she would've-
never watched.
Yeah.
She was upset that she didn't get to come on here, but sorry, we got a porn star to come on and do it
Yeah.
instead.
Yeah. I was a little bit in the bad books, and it was a good way to. Yeah, that got me some points. Thanks, James.
You're welcome.
What story was I even just telling slowly as I do?
Something about BDSM.
Yeah.
You were dating a girl.
Oh yeah,
2
I was
years
dating
ago.
this girl in like 2018, and like I don't know if it was the first or maybe the second time that we fucked, but she was like, "Hey, I've just bought this strap-on," which like I didn't know if I was ever going to be able to use on anyone, but like apparently
Were you out in 2018?
Yeah.
I was thinking like your ex-girlfriend.
No, it was.
Yeah. All right.
But so she has brought it out,
Yeah.
and it's like she's like, I know you've been pegged before. It's
Yeah.
quite small,
Yeah.
right? Like a pretty small dildo. And she tried to fuck me with it, and it
Yeah.
was like really uncomfortable and weird.
Yeah.
And then eventually we came back to my place,
Yeah.
like another night, and she was like, I want to fuck you again. Can we use your strap on, which is much bigger?
Yeah.
And it worked great.
Yeah. Right.
So apparently I can go
Yeah.
bigger than smaller,
I-
which I find
Go
odd.
big and go home.
I hate
Yeah.
I hate to
Go
bring this
big at
up
home.
at 1 hour and 45 minutes, but a couple days ago, immediately after watching the movie Muppet Treasure Island, which you'll hear next week on We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All,
Maybe.
I had
I got a story.
I had a woman put like a mouth, like an oral syringe, not a sharp syringe, like an oral syringe that you would use for a baby or whatever. Put one of those up my asshole,
squirt
filled
cum
with
into
a solution of MDMA and water. It's a thing. I googled it. Didn't work for me. Worked great for her. You can put liquid drugs up your butt.
This is deeply unsettling.
yeah.
Yeah, she was like, "You sure?" And I was like, "Let's try it." And then it didn't work for me, and it worked for her. But yeah, she was like, basically had to get behind
Why
me.
did
and,
it not
fuck
work
me.
for you? Did it just like drain out of your ass? You just pissing out of your
There's
ass?
two,
Turkey
so you have
based
there's two sphincters. There's like your butthole, and then there's the one like behind it.
Yeah, I got a HD in anatomy at first year.
Yeah,
uni.
couldn't get past the second one. She
Oh,
could
no.
get past the second one.
Yeah, it means you're not hammering the fucking
Yeah.
syringe
She
hard
had
enough.
a butt baby.
Yeah, but yeah, I had a syringe full of drugs put up my ass a couple days ago.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, it was pretty fun, but it too much of it leaked out because I couldn't like get it fully in. So like, I hate to think what she saw, but like plenty like was like running down my legs and shit. I'm like, that's good MDMA.
Do you ever worry that you're deeply unlikable?
Well, I didn't.
To the next step?
To the next step? Okay, can we plug stuff?
Yeah, if you
go for
want.
it.
Okay, Rosales Piper, Twitter, Facebook, to the next step.
Why don't you plug your gig?
Oh, yeah.
You got a gig.
Yeah, I'm doing a gig. Fucking June 8th, I'm doing a gig at Sneaky Possum. I will be doing a stand-up gig in a venue.
Absolutely, James.
Same.
All right.
But on the 22nd of June.
I spoke to the runner of that room and told him that I was looking to do a spot. I have not. I spoke to him. He said he was very keen and very excited to have me on. I have not yet been booked for a spot.
To
the next step.
It'll happen, brother. To the next step.